TV ni o ẹ tún wá bá mi gbọ́ ìyẹ̀wò ọ̀rọ̀ ṣùnùkùn ṣebí wọ́n lójú ṣùnùkùn lájọ máa fi wò ẹ wá bá mi fojú ṣùnùkùn wò yìí kájọ fi ọ̀kan kún èjì ká mọ bí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún tó fẹ́ forí lù tó fẹ́ forí sọ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ míì tún rèé o tó jẹ́ gbàǹkọ̀gbì nínú tá à ń pariwo tí àti ìrariwo ọ̀hún padà rí ìmíì tó ń kún ẹ wò ẹ má jẹ́ ń rojọ́ jìnnà ẹ tẹ̀lé mi ẹ jájọ́ lọ wò yìí kájọ kọ́gbọ́n nítorí pé àdúrà ni o pé kọ́lọ́hún ṣe wá ní àwòkọ́ṣe rere kó má ṣe wá ní àríkọ́gbọ́n burúkú àmọ́ nínú ètò tòní èyí tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ń bẹ̀ kẹ̀pẹ́nu ara yín béèrè fún ara yín ẹ já lọ ó ti yá.
mo ti ń lọ sí mẹ́kọ mo gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ni mo fi pe ìkejì mi tí ó wà níbí báyìí pé ẹ gbọ́ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àgbègbè ló fi ṣàlàyé àwọn tẹ̀sọ́ pé kí n máa lọ mo ní kò pọ́sibù mo fi padà mo gbọ́dọ̀ débí láti wá wo nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ so kò burú ẹ jẹ́ ká dé police station yẹn. Assistant ẹ sọ pé ó ní òun ní kanu ṣe. Kí ni nǹkan tí òṣìṣẹ́ yẹn ṣe fún tó fi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀? Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́rọ̀.
Ohun tí mo mọ̀ níbẹ̀ ni pé àárọ̀ Thursday tó kọjá yìí olùṣọ́ wa bá mi wípé ọmọlédè òun pé òun fẹ́ dúrọ̀fẹ́ pé òun ò fẹ́ kó jẹ́ ọmọlédè òun ní ohun tó bá ti fẹ́ ìwọ náà lẹ́jọ́ wo àbúrò mi ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ní ibi oṣù ayé pé mo fọwọ́ sí ó ní òun tẹ̀ ti gba kọ́kọ́rọ́ torí gbogbo kọ́kọ́rọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ àti pé tẹ́ pẹpẹ ní mo ti kó lé olùṣọ́ lọ́wọ́ ó ní òun ti gba kọ́kọ́rọ́ kò ní ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ní fáìn wípé òun wá fẹ́ pé àwọn àgbà church lọ pé after tó ń bá pè wọ́n pé gbogbo tó ṣe pé lady kan wà mẹ́rin for sometimes wọ́n ní gbàtẹ́ ìyẹn on Wednesday tí ìyẹn wá sí church mo rò pé ìjà wà láàrin lady yẹn àti ọmọ lady bá lady yẹn ní church tó ń gbálẹ̀ church náà ó wá sọ fún yín pé ẹgbẹ́ tó ti lọ bá ó kí ìyá dà pé òun ti ní kó má kí o má pe o sílẹ̀.
lady yẹn ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún àwọn navy yẹn.
àwọn ọlọ́pàá lẹ́yìn tó lady yẹn gan kalẹ̀ pé má fi o mọ òun ti sọ pé kó má fi o mọ gbogbo tó bá jẹ́ tó pé ibi tí wọ́n ní ọmọ lady yẹn ò gbọ́ ọmọ olùjọba ọba fi ọmọ lady kalẹ̀ síta bá wọlé padà jẹ́ bó ti wọ tó wọlé wá tó bá nílé eventually màmá kan tí yẹn jẹ́ mẹ́mbà church wa bí ìyẹn náà wà ní church ó dé bá wọn bẹ̀ pé wọ́n lọ́mọra ní pé òun fi òun lẹ̀sẹ̀ òun fa lọ́wọ́ òun lẹ̀ ó níbi tí ó ti ṣe wọ́n á kó jọ lọ́ aṣọ ara mọ́ra lọ́rùn.
ta ló lọ aṣọ mọ́
olùṣọ́ lọ aṣọ mọ́ lédè lọ́rùn lédè náà lọ aṣọ mọ́ lọ́rùn.
olùṣọ́ yẹn
olùṣọ́ àbọ̀ ọmọ lédè.
ok ọmọ lédè yẹn lọ aṣọ mọ́
ibi tí lédè yẹn náà wá tó lọ́sọ̀ rẹ̀ mọ́ lọ́rùn according to tí màmá yẹn sọ fún mi ó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ ibi tí ó ti rí jáde láti gba aṣọ ẹ̀ wá gé lédè yẹn jẹ.
ọmọ lédè yẹn gé lédè yẹn jẹ.
mo bá yá wọn tó sá màmá yẹn fẹ́ separate gangan tí màmá yẹn sọ pé ẹ̀yin ò fẹ́ bù at the end of the day ìyẹn ló wá sọ fún pé òun fẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn àgbàjọ wọn ní ìṣẹ́ bá pè ọjọ́ I don't know ẹ̀sìn tó fẹ́ ṣe bẹ̀tẹ̀ on Saturday mo láti wá lọ sílé màmá tí ó làwọn yẹn nítorí wọ́n ní màmá yẹn fẹ́ bù lẹ́yìn so mo á láti lọ kí màmá pé bàbá mi gbọ́ màmá ọdún náà tó wá ṣẹ̀ ṣàlàyé pèpè fún mi ní ìsókè bí mo dẹ̀ ti wá kò lé màmá yẹn mo wá sí church mo rí olùṣọ́ nígbà mo padà lọ mo bá ilé tèmi lọ until yesterday again tí èmi àti olùṣọ́ tó jọ pàdé ní ibi after tí mo forí balẹ̀ ní tán mo á ṣe lọ sí church ìgbìmọ̀ rẹ̀ pé ìsókè o mo bá jọ́sìn bọ́ mo ti church ìgbìmọ̀ rẹ̀ tán bá ti tó jọ́sìn náà tán mo tún wá bí pé kí wọ́n ṣe ọpẹ́ mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe ọpẹ́ yẹn bí mo ṣe gbé nǹkan pé mi gbé fún ọmọ kan pé ọyá máa jó sọ jó ọyẹ ìbá bí mo ṣe padà lọ ní tèmi ni mo wọnú mọ́tò mi bá padà sí ilé mi mọ́tò sọ̀rọ̀ ti láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ ọmọ lébì yẹn gan ló tún wá bá mi lé láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ pé bàbá ẹnìkan pè mí pé ọmọ lébì pé òun pé nọ́mbà mi pé kò lọ mo ní kò sí tó ṣe fóònù mi o bàdàdà mo ń jẹun lọ́wọ́ oúnjẹ yẹn gán sì wà lórí tíìbù mi nínú ilé bẹ̀rẹ̀ àìsí so bí mo ṣe yé jẹ lọ kò pẹ́ ní ọmọ lébì yẹn bá dé ó ní bàbá pé ó ti fi ojúṣòwò léṣe nínú ìkẹ́jọ wípé iná ń jó lára ẹ̀ láìsí mo ní nọ́mbà òkèrè bó náà ṣe wájú lára rẹ̀ ó lóun ọmọ bí náà ṣe dọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ dára ẹ̀ o ẹ̀ bá ní sókè ní sùúrù mo wọlé yàrá mi bá gbé tù tàn áwọ̀ má pe ìyàwó mi ó yá ìwọ̀nù mọ́tò mo gbé wá síbí àti ohun àti ìyàwó mo gbé dé débí nígbà mo wá rí mo wọlé mo rí olùṣọ́ ibi tí tó wà nílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí iná yẹn rú lára ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo padà lẹ́yìn bá ní ìyá pé kí ọyá ọmọlẹ́bí padà sínú mọ́tò mi bá tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ sínú mọ́tò bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ because I remember church ìlú wa kan ìyẹn náà ń gbé àdúgbò mi ìyẹn ti gbé ìyẹn náà wà around ní ìsókè ìyẹn náà ti pe àwọn ọlọ́pàá pé wọ́n ti ń bọ̀ ní ìsókè pé nígbà tí ọlọ́pàá bá dé ọmọlẹ́bí àjáde àwọn ọlọ́pàá lè máa mú lọ so àdájọ́ so ìgbà tí àtàwọn ọlọ́pàá dé láti àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ pàṣẹ bíbí gan ni bàbá ara ẹni àwọn tó lọ ń kọ́ mọ́tò gíláàsì church so at the end of the day àwọn ọlọ́pàá tó àti escape wọ́n gbé lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ wọn lọ́hùn tó ló fi wà lọ́dọ̀ wọn láyé.
títí kìíní ẹ fi hápù kò sí ẹni tó wà ní chọ́ọ̀chì tó rí wọn.
lóòkó àṣàtẹ ọmọlẹ́bí yẹn gan ló sọ fún mi wípé olùsọ sọ pé àárọ̀ yìí kò tó dé pé a tó fẹ́ bí between 30 and 9 kò tó dé church láàárọ̀ yìí pé ìyẹn ló sọ fún wa lálẹ́ àná báyà around that time before that time yẹn òun ti wá lé ambush sí ilẹ̀ fún ojú àdúnnà so gbígbé tó lùsọ dé lọ́kọ̀ gbé oúnjẹ sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó wọlé pé kò forí balẹ̀ nítorí forí balẹ̀ ló ti jọ sílẹ̀ wíwí ló bá mo rò pé aago yẹn fún mi kó pé àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti gbé lọ ọmọ ìjọba bíbá ló kọ́ ọmọ ní gbàgbọ́ nítorí ẹ̀ náà ti gbé bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa gbé ló gbó lọ́bẹ̀ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbó lọ́bẹ̀ àkọ́yọ́ kí o tó di pé wá fi ní ẹ̀bọ̀n nínú ló.
so nígbà tí àwọn ọlọ́pàá interview ẹ̀ ló ń fún ara rẹ̀ ṣàlàyé bó ṣe ṣiṣẹ́.
ìgbà tí
wọ́n interview ní káwa bọ́ síta pé òun fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀.
ok ọmọ náà fi ẹni kẹ bọ́ síta.
wọ́n ló kọ́kọ́ deny àwọn tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn gbogbo gan ni mo kò gbé jẹ́kọ̀ àwọn yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pẹ̀tẹ̀ èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ torí àwọn ọlọ́pàá wọ́n sì wà pẹ̀lú mi ní mọ́túárì teaching hospital complex àríwá tí ń ṣe postmortem tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbogbo àwọn ọlọ́pàá lẹ́yìn investigating officers yẹn wà tó gàrí àwọn chairman council and co wọ́n wá wà níbẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tán bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tó máa wo ṣé wọ́n ló kọ́kọ́ parọ́ ní àdéhùn ìlú amẹ́rin sókè káwọn yẹn jáde tó bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ wáyé ẹ̀sọ́ fún àwọn yẹn wọ́n rìkọ́dù gbogbo tí
wọ́n rìkọ́dù ẹ̀
àwọn rìkọ́dù ẹ̀
ó wà ṣé àwọn tó rìkọ́dù ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ tó wà ń bí. ó dà bàbá báwo ni ẹ̀yin gangan ṣe jẹ́ ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì. ẹ fi ìjọ yìí lélẹ̀.
ìbájọ́ owó ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì àti ìlò kọ́bọ̀ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ṣiṣẹ́ òjì ìbá ti ní 5,000 báyà owó oúnjẹ tó bá sẹ́ẹ̀dì ní màá wo tí máa wo ibi tó bá lè kà ń bẹ̀ àṣé àwọn ọmọ ìjọ rẹ̀ kò sí ní pé báyà ìjọ kan ní contribute kọ́bọ̀ pé owó ìgbà tàbí owó building launch àbí ìjọba nothing like that.
ó dáa ọmọ navy tó wá sí báyìí ẹsẹ̀ ta ló gbàdé bí báwo lẹ ṣe gbà á síbí.
mi ò mọ dó mo mọ̀ pé àjọ wà mọ́ rẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀.
ọmọ navy ẹ̀.
pẹ̀lú olùṣọ́àgùtàn gan àjọ wà mọ́ rẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni. so by the time tí alẹ́ ọjà ń bí unfortunately I fell sick. yọ láti admit mi sí Constitution Hospital Complex. ní at that time ní òun pẹ̀lú olùṣọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ pé ọmọdé bì so after tí mo padà dé mo bá pé ó wà ní ọjọ́ ìṣòro ṣe iṣẹ́ ọmọdé bì fún yẹn o so ọbẹ̀ tẹ ẹ̀yẹ pé ọmọdé bì fún iṣẹ́ ìjọ ṣe mi ò máa bá mi ò lọ́wọ́ sí mi ò máa bá bàbá àti àbíyọ sọ̀rọ̀ àyè ó discover ń bà ń pa pé ọmọdé bì mi ló ṣe ń bẹ̀.
ẹ fi pẹpẹ yìí lélẹ̀ nísìnyí ó tó ọdún mélòó.
November 18.
Ta ló wá fi pẹpẹ yìí kalẹ̀ fún yín?
Bàbá Oppo, àwọn ní provincial head at that time. So at that time, bàbá Oppo náà ni ó ṣe okùnfà gbogbo àwọn olùṣàgùtàn tó wá bẹ̀. Bàbá Lẹ́bílé, bàbá Elias, àpò gbogbo ọ̀nà ń wá táwa fi ìṣòro nílẹ̀. Later mo wá sọ bàbá Oppo káàkiri hello mo bí wo máa ké padà létí àrùn àlàbà.
bàbá Oppo ló sọ̀rọ̀ pé ṣé kí wọ́n ti débi.
bàbá Oppo ni mo sọ fún nígbà tí bàbá fẹ́ ta ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé a máa tẹ́ pẹpẹ yẹn mo ní bàbá ẹ fún mi ní olùṣọ́àgùtàn kan. dó olùṣọ́àgùtàn tó pa ẹ̀ ó ní building engineer ni so òun ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ foundation church yìí to the end even to the roofing ló ṣe gbogbo iṣẹ́ yẹn bẹ̀tì kò sí discussion pé báyà ó máa bá mi ṣiṣẹ́ tàbí kò bá mi ṣiṣẹ́ torí ọmọ lẹ́bì ni ní ìmọ̀ rẹ̀ so bẹ̀tẹ̀ mo wá láti sọ fún bàbá kò bàbá kò fẹ́ kẹ́ fún mi ní olùṣọ́àgùtàn kan pé mi ò fẹ́ I have already converted myself to clergy line láti 2020 I have the certificate and everything I do so bẹ̀tẹ̀ bàbá kò and everything ló mọ̀ sí yẹn mo ní mo rẹ́dí àti ẹ jẹ́ kí ẹ fún mi ní olùṣàgùtàn kan bàbá ní ìsókè àwọn gbọ́ second bàbá pè mí pé sókè pé àwọn wò ó wípé fàdé àǹdà tí sẹ́ńtẹ́ pa ẹ̀ wípé ó ti máa mi ṣiṣẹ́ ìpọ̀ láti jọ ìpè àwọn gbé ṣe kíní kan pé and now wípé tó dẹ̀ ti farajì pé òun fi farajì fún iṣẹ́ lọ pé bàbá ní àwọn fẹ́ kí n pìkẹ̀ mo ní ìsókè ògbé ẹnìkan tẹ bá ti fún mi so bàbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí mi àti ìyàwó mi sí ọ́fíìsì wọ́n bá gbọ́ pàdé ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn afẹ́ kó stay put sí ibẹ̀ tó bá ti gbé bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀yàn bọ́sẹ̀ bí ọlọ́run ṣe ṣe iṣẹ́ ìkankan bọ́ wọ́n gbé tẹ̀lé and they agreed pé òun bọ́ and since then ló ti wà nínú church láti ọjọ́ tó ti sílé láti ilé ọjà mo ti kó gbogbo kọ́kọ́rọ́ yẹn tí mo kó gbogbo kọ́kọ́rọ́ lórí lọ́wọ́ tó bá.
ẹjọ́ bí wọ́n ṣe fẹ́ràn tó tọ́nà lẹ́yìn yẹn kó
ọmọ nẹ́bí ẹni sí ó wà ní àbọ̀ ọ̀lọ́
ọgbà tó tọ́nà lẹ́yìn yẹn kó paná tọ̀tọ̀.
olùṣọ́àgùtàn tí wọ́n pa sí bíbá yìí sí olówà ó wà ní mọ́ṣúárì náà.
méjèèjì iná méjèèjì yẹn kó pa.
títí ọ̀ṣùkù ní mọ́ṣúárì tó wà òkè tó láti gbé láti bẹ̀ àti àgbẹ̀ lọ sí state hospital ní
ṣé ẹ gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé bóyá nǹkan kan wà láàrin ọmọ nẹ́bí yẹn pẹ̀lú olùṣọ́àgùtàn yẹn kó tó di pé ọmọ nẹ́bí yẹn wá sí ohun tó ṣe fún olùṣọ́àgùtàn yẹn.
ohun tí mo gbọ́ náà mo sọ fún mi pé láàárọ̀ tọ́sídẹ̀ẹ́ yẹn olùṣọ́àgùtàn wá bá mi ọmọ lẹ́bí olùwòlíì ó ti ṣe pé ọgbọ́ aṣemáṣe ti pọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ òun tẹ́lẹ̀ wípé òun ò fẹ́ lò gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ lẹ́bí mọ́ then I chose him pé ìwọ ló gbà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ lẹ́bí pé òun abẹ́ ṣe jọ àgbẹ̀ pé gbogbo tó bá fẹ́ náà ni kò fa ara mọ́ and that was all mo rò pé with that ó dẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ tí mo bá yẹ kí n bọ́ nítorí pé olùṣọ́àgùtàn lọ́pọ̀ òun fẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ ìjọ máa sọ fún pé òun ò lò mọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ lẹ́bí mo rò pé ó ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ olùṣọ́àgùtàn bẹ̀ tì yẹn o gbà adájọ́ bọ̀ tó fi ní ìjọ ló fi ń lérí ìdí pé ohun tí mo mọ̀ mọ́ níbẹ̀ ni pé ó dẹ̀ sọ pé òun ti gba kọ́kọ́rọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ because after tí ó ṣe bẹ̀ Mohbad tó fún kọ́kọ́rọ́ náà fi kọ́ ló wá máa ṣí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì láàárọ̀ ó lóun ti gba kọ́kọ́rọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ òun náà sì kì í.
ọmọ wòlíì tí òun àti ọmọ nẹ́bí yẹn jọ ń jà kí ló pa wọ́n pọ̀ tó fi ń jà.
kò sí nǹkan tó pa wá pọ̀ sà.
ṣé wà ń bẹ̀?
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà.
ẹ jẹ́ ká bọ́ síbẹ̀.
èmi gbọ́.
ìlú mọ̀dé bí
ló gbé Olùṣọ́fà ní
kò tẹ̀ kọrun ìfẹ́ sí ẹ̀rí.
kò sí nǹkan tó jọ́ láàrin mi àti wọn ní olùkọ́ àti wà ní kò tó bá kò sí nǹkan tó jọ́ bọ̀ wọ́n mú mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ. so mo wá ní kò sí mo dáàdi wá ní kí n mójú kúrò mẹ́rin pé àwọn òṣèṣẹ́ mọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan lẹ́nu pé so many things gan ló dánwò ní mọ́ rẹ̀ pé kí n gbójú pé sẹ́ni tó parọ́ fáwọn fún 4 years pé kí n mójú kúrò pé kí n má rí ro pé kankan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mo ní òkè mo ní kò sí problem. so ó ṣàwọn àmọ́ àwọn àtàmàtàmọ́ ìjọ Wednesday mi wá wá sáàyè ga ní nǹkan bíi 8:49 mo dá ìka mo bá church ní títì mo ní tí dáàdì bá tiẹ̀ tí ì dé èwo ni tọmọ lẹ́fì náà tí ò tí ì dé by this time mo bá dẹ̀ mú balẹ̀ mo bá dẹ̀ gba environment ibi tí mo ti ń gba lọ́wọ́ ló ti dé tó bá dẹ̀ kí n kó àwọn nǹkan tí mo ti gbọ́ yẹn inú mi wà á pìsì láti sọ pé kémi àti ẹ̀jọ́ máa ṣàwàdà mọ́ ó wá ń kí mi ó ní ìmọ̀mí ẹ̀wà ẹ káàárọ̀ ó kí mi lẹ́kìnlẹ́kìjì mo fi kí ẹ́pìsì bẹ́ẹ̀ tí tó ń gbórin mo ní ń bó wá bá mi wá fọ́ fà mo ní ìgbàlẹ́ kẹ́ má kì í mọ́ láti èlé ẹ má kì í mọ́ kí ló wà láàrin mi àti tẹ fi ń rojọ́ káàkiri ó ní kò sí nǹkan láàrin mo ní gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ́ ń rojọ́ káàkiri pé nǹkan wà láàrin mi àti mo láti èlé lọ ẹ̀dùn fọlọ́run mi ẹ̀dẹ́rẹ́ tó máa yín lágbódà sí ẹ má kì í mọ́ ló bá dẹ̀ ní o máa kí ẹni ló bá dẹ̀ wọ chọ́ọ̀chì wa èmi náà dẹ̀ ṣe bí ọ̀tà tó máa ń ta bí ọ̀tà tù mí mi tí ìrìbí kó sínú kúlà ó dẹ̀ ṣe kó sílẹ̀ kò gbọdọ̀ wọlé mo wá kó pé ọ̀tà yẹn sínú kúlà ó dẹ̀ tó máa bá mi níbẹ̀ yẹn ó ní mọ́mí ẹ̀wà ó bá tún fà mí nígbà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìjọ́ wo ni mo sọ̀tẹ́ ń gbò mí tó báyìí mo ní ẹ má gbò mí ẹ ṣe ń gbò mí yẹn nínú ń dùn mí mo ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí mo ní ẹ má kì í mọ́ ó ní rárá mo bá dẹ̀ tó fi bẹ̀ sílẹ̀ fún mo bá tún bọ́ síbi ó tún wá bá mi wọ́n á ní kí lẹ mí gan ó lò máa bá mi fà ló ń sọ fún mi ó lò máa kí mi mo ní kí lẹ fẹ́ kí mi fún kí ni tèmi àti yín kẹ́ tó kí mi tó lẹ́tà mo wá tún wá bọ́ síta wọ́n máa ń pè ya kan níyàwó ní ló bá mẹ́gbàá ló bá ní òun dẹ́ máa change ẹ̀ fún mi mo ní kí lẹ fẹ́ change fún mi ló bá dẹ̀ mẹ́gbàá láti kó àyà ìgbà ìyàwó gùn díẹ̀ ló bá dẹ̀ fà mọ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ mo ní ìgbàlẹ́ kan kí lẹ ní ṣẹ́ ń bá mi ṣe náà ń bá mi ṣàwàdà ó ní ìwọ ò bá mi ṣeré ò bá mi ṣàwàdà tó o máa change ẹ̀ fún mi kí lẹ fẹ́ change nípa ìgbà tó wọ́n ń kẹ́gbà ẹ̀bùn mi tó ṣàánú mi tí mo rí kẹ́gbà yẹn tí ó ti kúrò nípa ìjọ ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ti kúrò nípa ìjọ ń ṣe àwàdà mo bá change fún pé kílẹ̀ mí ẹ ṣe máa nà mí ṣé mo jẹ́ ìyàwó lẹ́yìn àbójá àbúrò yín kílẹ̀ mí kẹ́ tó máa nà mí mo sá ti change fún ni tata àti ìjọ ń wọ ìjàkadì àtàtà ìjọba ẹ̀rù sí ní sọ èmi sáwà ó di ẹ̀ ní aṣọ àti obìnrin bó ṣe gbé yín lé mi lọ́wọ́ ni ló gé mi jẹ tọwọ́ mi ga tó báyìí gidigidi lọ́wọ́ mi ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe mo wá bí tó sà ti ń bá mi fà wá láyẹn ọmọ akọ ya kan ní yonigi ó ní òun máa mẹ́sọ̀ pò ń bẹ pé dé pẹ̀rẹ̀pẹ̀rẹ̀ odò lónìí lọ́jọ́ yẹn bí yogi ṣe wọlé dé ní ìyá yẹn àgbàjọ náà ni ẹ̀yìn bá ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ó bá tún sọ fún àyẹ̀pá ń ṣeré ni ìyá ìbá ní eléyìí ṣeré o àwọn ọmọ eléyìí dáadáa pé ọmọ àwọn ni pé kì í ṣeré ìyá yẹn sá gbà lọ́wọ́ mi títí ó di eyín mọ́ sí ìyá yẹn sá fọ́ gidigidi gba ọwọ́ mi ní ẹnu ẹ̀ ó sá fi jáde síta lóṣù fi dé lóṣù wá sọ fún pélé rẹ̀ kọ́ńtẹ̀ nìkan wá wà láàrin wa àti lédi yìí ṣé lílù àti eyín òkè awúrú jùbọ̀ kí àṣírí kó má lè tú síta má bí nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn láti wá ní kí n má wọlé pé kí n mójú kúrò mẹ́ẹ̀ ànádẹ́ ni èmi ò wọlé torí stress ògògè yẹn mo ń filẹ̀ pẹ̀lú eyín yẹn ó rẹ̀ mí gan so ìgbà tó dẹ̀wà dúró lẹ́yìn ànádáàdì pé mi pé kéré táwọn olùmí ṣọ́ọ̀tù mo ní mo weak pé ó rẹ̀ mí díẹ̀ ẹ̀dọ̀ mi ìsókè gbígbọ́ tí mo máa gbọ́ náà láàárọ̀ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ wọn ní kí n máa bọ̀ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì bàbá ọláfarí wá pè mí pé ẹ lò kí n máa gbé mo wà mo ní mo jáde pé mi wọ́n ní sáyìíká mọ̀ mo ní mi sí láyìíká mo ní mo ti jáde wọ́n ní lẹ́kàn níná ń jò lára òṣọ́ mo ní tí náà bá ń jò lára dáàdì tàbá sàṣà náà tó fi náà sàṣọ tí wọ́n lé bomi yàtí mímọ́ lórí pẹpẹ kan fi pa mo ní náà olóńjò lára wọn tí wọ́n lè pa lè má dẹ̀ bínú kọ́tí fún un pé dáàdì ṣé dáàdì jẹ́ bébì ni kí náà tó máa jò lára wọn létà báyìí bá tún pè mí pé àní kí n máa lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì báyìí pọ́n níná ti jó dáàdì pa sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì mo ní iná tọ́tọ́ọ̀ṣì náà ìjọba nílé máa ti kejì mi bá ti gbọ́ kàdà wá nìyẹn bàtà sàmàdé bíi àti bádàlì àti bá wọn lẹ̀lẹ̀ iná ń jò
lẹ́yìn kò wá sí ẹnì kankan tó ń gbé àyíká yìí.
lọ́jọ́ tèmi yẹn gan sà ọlọ́run ló fi ìyá yẹn ṣe áńgẹ́lì mi kò sí anybody tó jáde tèmi gan pariwo pé lẹ́kan ṣó fẹ́ pa mí ni kò sí anybody ní premises yìí tó jáde ìyá yẹn ló wá ń gbọ́ ìgbé wábọ̀ níyà yẹn sáré bọ̀ ibi tí ìyá yẹn ti ń mú pé lẹ́kan ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ló mọ̀ náà ló ti bó ṣe fẹ́ jù mí sílẹ̀ ní òjijì tí ìyá yẹn sáré ra mi mú pé kó bá sọ mí sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí n bá sọ pé nǹkan ṣe mí lẹ́yìn ìyá yẹn àtẹsẹ̀ rí.
so ilẹ̀kùn yìí nìkan ni wọ́n ti ṣí ogun àwọn
ìjọ yẹn náà ilẹ̀kùn yẹn
so kò sáré o tí wọn lè pa aga tán lè gbọ́n ta wọ́n ti palẹ̀ kùdé mọ́ra
ilẹ̀kùn kan yẹn náà ló ṣí
so kò sáré o tán lè pa tán lè gbọ́. church kan ló wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wa ní ilé màmá yẹn ló wà lẹ́yìn
ilé tó wà lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ń bí.
so ìjọ yẹn làwọn dáàdì mi dẹ̀ tí wọ́n ọlọ́pàá gbé pé àwọn àgbè
ìṣẹ́ tó wà lábò rárá tó wà lábò àtàwọn ìmọ̀ wà lábò kọ̀ọ̀kan.
olùsọ̀rẹ́ ti gba tí ìlọ́wọ́ àwọn ló ṣílẹ̀kùn náà gbé iná fi wọlé so inú pẹpẹ yẹn ló ká àwọn mọ́tò ti daṣọ bọ̀ lójú
ló ti gba kí lọ́wọ́
ló ti gba kí lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀
kọ́ ló sílẹ̀kùn
lọ sílẹ̀kùn táwọn sílẹ̀kùn lọ forí balẹ̀ lọ palẹ̀kùn
ní amúṣe kó lùtò tó dé.
so wa lọ da aṣọ ló dàbọ̀ ló lọ́mọ lójú ibẹ̀ ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe bọ̀ kì í ṣòwò nìkan náà máa tóbi méjì torí báyìí ti subrẹ́fà bọ̀ wọ́n nímú náà ti gbàsọ̀ mọ́ wọn létí wọ́n ṣá wọn ní gbogbo orí gbogbo etí wọ́n kì í
ọbẹ̀ tó fi gbogbo yẹn ọbẹ̀ gé nǹkan lọ́wọ́
so
àwọn ní ọlọ́pàá tó
ọbẹ̀ gé lọ́wọ́ then ẹ̀jẹ̀ dà sí lásọ.
àbíyá tó ń fi ọbẹ̀ yẹn gún olùṣọ́ wípé ó ń tà láti gba ọbẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ lọ́bẹ̀ fi gé òun náà lọ́wọ́.
èrò ọ̀bì yẹn pé ó lólùsọ gan kó ní because ìgbà tó kọ́kọ́ sọ fún wọn torí àwa èmi lọ́kọ́ pè pé ńbo ni mo wà mo ní mo wà ní ilé ọmọ ìjọ mẹ́mbà ní sà so èmi lọ́kọ́ pè bó tẹ̀ pè mí báyìí ni mo sọ fún pé mo wà nílé torí ilé tèmi nì lẹ́yìn bí so ló wá ní iná ń jó pé iná jáde lára olùsọ mo ní ṣé wọ́n ń lo agbẹ́rẹ́ mímọ́ ni tí iná fi ń jáde lára wọn so ó ṣáà lóun lọ sọ́dọ̀ bàbá bóyá kọ́ọ̀tì tèmi sàṣáré bọ̀ ní church mo èdè church mo kàn bá òkú wọn lẹ̀ tán tó ti dáná sun wọn lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n pa wọ́n tán tó wá dáná gbé báíbù tì wọ́n lọ́rùn wọ́n sun wọ́n mọ́ báíbù
according to confession tó sọ
wọ́n gbé báíbù sí lọ́rùn wọn báyìí
ó lóun wọ́n
wá sun wọ́n
pẹpẹ wọ́n kì bọ petrol nù jẹ́ẹ̀jẹ́
ẹ̀ wọ́n sí orí jẹ́ẹ̀lẹ̀
olóò kiri aṣọ pẹyẹ bọnú petrol láti fi gbé sóòlì ẹ̀ nù petrol ni wọ́n á wú wọ́n dáná sun.
so bó ṣe pé èmi tí mo sáré dé church ló lọ pé àwọn náà bọ̀ bó ṣe wá ń bọ̀ bó ṣe ń bọ̀ bá èmi kàn rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ lára aṣọ ẹ̀
òkè rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ lára
aṣọ ẹ̀ bó ṣe ń wọlé pẹ̀lú tó sẹ́nu ọ̀nà mo wá bí léèrè pé kí ló ṣe aṣọ ẹ̀ kí ló mú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wà láṣọ ó ní tí ó mọ̀ pé aago tí ó wà ní orí wọn òun lòún gbé sílẹ̀ wọn tó bá gbé aago sílẹ̀ kò ní kí ẹ̀jẹ̀ yí ẹ lásọ dẹ̀ kí ló mú ẹ ń bí ojú àtàwọn ọrùn tí bí nǹkan náà kankan tí ó wà bẹ̀rẹ̀ kí ló tún gbé ẹ ní ọwọ́ tó fi lọ aṣọ wọn bí tẹ́lẹ̀ tí ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó fẹ́ máa tọ́ bàbá mú ní lẹ́kàn ló pa bàbá ló pa olùṣọ́ ẹmú ó ti bọ́ sí kíní lóbi kan làwọn lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kó tó di pé àwa mú lọ sí tí bàbá ní ká mú lọ sínú mọ́tò àbí tí ìbáyé bá ti mọ́nú mọ́tò àwọn tún tí wọ́n wọ́ jáde gan ti fẹ́ pa gan àzáfà gidi torí ẹ̀nà ti fọ́ ogbóló àpá àwọn máa sun chọ́ọ̀chì kankan àzáfà gidi wọ̀wọ̀nú mọ́tò padà kó tó di pé mo rẹ̀ ti pé àwọn ọlọ́pàá pé kán máa bọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn fi wá gbé lọ kó tó di pé ẹ̀sẹ̀ wà jẹ́wọ́ fún ọlọ́pàá àti sákìsì ní ìrọ̀lẹ́.
ìgbà tó délé mi tó sọ pé olùṣọ́ mo bá olùṣọ́ church iná gbé lórí ẹ̀ mo ní kí wọ́n á ṣe sí ó ní ohun ò lè ṣe kankan wípé ẹ̀rù tẹ̀ bá wọn fẹ́ kan ìyẹn lòun pè mí nọ́mbà mi ò lọ mọ̀ ní fóònù mi kò sí tó ṣe wípé ìyẹn ní oníkó aṣọ mi ní ìṣòkè dúró. ni mo mú òun àti wáìfù mi wọlé sí àgbà wọ ní mọ́tò wáìfù náà wọ ní mọ́tò sí wa wá sí church tí mo fi dé balẹ̀.
Akima àwọn ọ̀gá wa tó head gbogbo Ọ̀ṣun state àwọn ni pásítọ̀ ìjọ mímọ́ ẹ̀fọ́ máa ń ẹ̀fọ́ ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n pè wọ́n fi máa ń nà mẹ́kọ́ ni wọ́n náà gbọ́n fún báyìí ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ifẹ̀ pé kọ́ máa padà bọ̀ sọ ọ̀nà mẹ́kọ́ náà ti ń padà bọ̀ pé kọ́ wá kì í ní orúkọ pásítọ̀ fún tó tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ ti dé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì náà àti pé dé police station wọ́n nílẹ̀ ti ṣú pé a ò lè rí ọmọ yẹn but àwọn ní òkè àwọn náà gbọ́dọ̀ débi kí wọ́n wá jíṣẹ́ pásítọ̀ fún yín láti kí yín.
ẹ ṣe dá ẹ ṣe sá bẹ́ẹ̀. ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi ṣe ìdájọ́ òdodo ọkọ mi fẹ́rẹ̀ èèyàn ó dẹ̀ mú bí ọmọ olówó ṣekú pa mí lọ́kọ ẹ bá mi ṣe ìdájọ́ òdodo ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ bá mi ṣe fìyà jẹ mí tí n bá dé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì máa ń ná owó sí torí ọkọ mi tó ránṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ máa fún lówó àwọn ọmọ mi á fún lówó aṣọ tó wọ̀ sí ìkórè lásìá èmi ni mo rà láti kó wá ọmọ mi tó pè mí ó ní kí n bóun transfer owó fún lọ́wọ́ mi wọ́n á sá padà ẹ bá mi ṣe ìdájọ́ òdodo ẹ ṣàánú mi kí àyè má jẹ mí gbé dájú ó fi àjẹ mí o èmi ni mo tún ń pè láàárọ̀ yìí tó náà ẹ̀ mú dáadé ẹ̀ tètè máa lọ church ẹ lọ sílẹ̀ ẹ tètè máa lọ wọn làwọn ti múra náà wọn ní ọmọ ẹ fẹ́ kí ẹ ọmọ mi àbọ̀ ìmọ̀lẹ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ o ní torí èmi sá kúrò lé tó bá ti rí mi afẹ́ tẹ̀lé mi lọ kò dé tí ìwẹ̀ èmi ti kúrò lé mo lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ ẹ má ṣe pè mí o ẹ bá mi ṣe ìdájọ́ òdodo ìgbà tó bá wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá wà nínú iṣẹ́ ìburúkú yìí wọ́n fọkàn tán yàn tán bínú ẹ̀ ṣe rí mo sọ fún wọn ní kó jẹ́ ká lọ report ó ní wọ́n á lòun fi ọlọ́pàá mọ́ ìjọ mo ní ká lè fi ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́rùn àwọn tó ń ṣe wàhálà yìí ìjẹta níwèé ìjẹta ní bá sọ ó tún fẹ́ẹ́ lè máa bá mi jà kí ló ń ṣe ẹ̀wọ̀n ọmọbìnrin sóò nígbàgbọ́ ní kò tó lè fọwọ́ ṣe oníwò bá mọ̀ mi àpè wọn mọ́lẹ̀ bí a ti ń bá bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ bá mi ṣe ìdájọ́ òdodo ó jìyà o àwọn jẹ ìyà bá mi ṣe ìdájọ́ òdodo. Tẹ́lẹ̀ pa sínú ọ̀tà wọ́n pa sínú church mi ò mọ tó ṣe fún wọn tó bẹ́ẹ̀ mi lè sọ pé ikú ló kàn ọkọ mi wọ́n pa sínú ọ̀tà tó ti ń forí balẹ̀ náà èmi náà mú dẹ̀ pé mo ní kó tètè máa lọ church débi àìná àti sọ fún mi ò mọ mi dẹ́rí owó fi wọ́n pa mí sáyé o. Bá mi ṣe ìdájọ́ òdodo dáàdi ẹ ṣàánú mi ẹ má jẹ mí gbé ní ìlú ẹ láyé mi o ni mo ti ń bọ̀ kápá yẹn sínú ọ̀tà.
báwo lẹ ṣe mọ ọmọ iṣẹ́ yìí sí mọ́.
àmọ́ rẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ti jọ kúrò ìgbà tí ó dẹ̀ tọ́dẹ̀ dé tọ́tẹ́ pẹpẹ ló wá bá wọn pé mí ń pé kó tó dìgbà yẹn láti máa ń mú káàkiri tán bá gbaṣẹ́ gbọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ ara má pé bó bá jẹ́lẹ̀ ló lè gbé bó bá jẹ́ yẹn ló lè pò wọ́n ní kó máa ṣe kán lè máa fún lówó kó lè máa rówó jẹ bó ṣe fún mọ́ra nìyẹn ìgbọ́n dẹ̀ tẹ́ pẹpẹ tán ló dẹ̀ dé ó ní òun o àti ní kò máa sọmọ léfì o láti dẹ̀ ní bínú tiẹ̀ ṣe dídè mọ méjì ló bá dẹ̀ gbà tíra máa fún nípìn máa fún bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbò wá já ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní yọwọ́ dáàdì náà wá fún yà kí ló ń sọ ọmọ yìí bí tí dáàdì náà ti wá fúnra sí nìyẹn tó ti rọra ń ti lẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ ìgbà tó dẹ̀ tún dé ìjẹta tán ní wọn tún péré kéré léra lóní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì mi lè jẹ́ lọ sí police station ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ report mo ní kí ló fẹ́ rí wọ́n á ní òun fi ọmọ ọlọ́pàá mọ́mọ́ jọ mo ní tọ́ba assassin yìí ń kọ́ mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún ìjẹta ó ti kú òde o mo ní tọ́ba assassin yìí ń kọ́ olóògùn ló jẹ̀bi mo ní ẹ̀já gbégbèsè ó ní ara ńgbọ̀ ìjà ló bá mi dà sírọ̀ kò sí tẹ́lẹ̀ fi ń ṣe kò sí kíní kankan mi náà bá dákẹ́ má wọlé lọ má lọ sùn àbẹ́lẹ̀ tí mo rí lé ní o Olusoagutan ọ̀nà pè mí o ẹ ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ o wọ́n ti pé olùsọ̀ sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wọ́n dáràn èmi bá mi.
àti ilé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì àti dọ́dọ̀ division àwọn láti bẹ̀ àti dé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì àti ti rí gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ àwa ní a ò lè lọ láì máa wà á rí yín.
ẹ ṣé dáadé.
a rí yín náà
mo dúpẹ́ o.
ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ìtókòlẹ̀ fún Ọlọ́run àti débi police station yẹn ọ̀tàn jẹ́ ká wọlé so òun la ní ká kọ́kọ́ wò yín náà ẹ jẹ́ kí a fi gbogbo ẹ lẹ̀ fún Ọlọ́run náà. So
lágbára ẹni tá a jọ wà léwu yá ni méèdì ẹni méèdì mọ́ ọjàde ẹ wọlé méèdì mọ́ jáde láàárọ̀ mo sọ fún wọn mo ní dádì mo ní kò sójí láàárọ̀ yìí mo ní ẹmu tíì mo ní oúnjẹ yín wà lórí tébùlù èmi fi lọ kó jẹ àdúrà náà ló fẹ́ máa lágo ní kì í mọ́bẹ̀ ọmú wọ́n ṣe báṣubàṣu sí mi lọ́rùn.
tó bá jẹ́ chọ́ọ̀chì ẹ̀ ń sìn ìyá tí ẹ̀yìn máa bọ̀ lókè.
ẹ kò lè ṣe kó má lọ wẹ̀ pé ó máa ń lọ náà ló máa ń lọ àforíbalẹ̀.
kí ló ń fà?
I don't know.
Kí ló ń fà tó
yóò mọ o lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sàánú mi o.
chọ́ọ̀chì ni kì í ṣe chọ́ọ̀chì ẹ̀.
ọmọ mi a máa sẹ́ndì owó sí i.
kì í ṣe chọ́ọ̀chì ẹ̀ kí ló dé tó fi pa.
kò tí ẹ̀rọ tàwọn ọmọ mi lára kò ló mọ lára. bí a kọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n plan ẹ̀ èmi rò pé ó yẹ kó sọ yí pé bàbá yóò ṣe é ṣèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ kó dẹ̀ ra rí kìrìsìkìrìtì yẹ fún ẹ mọ̀ wá sọ sí lé mi o.
ẹ ti kúrò chọ́ọ̀chì yìí tán kí ló dé náà láti last year náà ti ń fẹ́ oríṣiríṣi.
As well, Celestials, including the parish, even on Facebook, we've seen a video of the events that happened and how this man died. So, the first thing we are going to say is that we really want to appreciate any man to make a decision about the process of death and what is going to happen and how somebody is going to die. So I do not want anybody to blame the corpse or the the victim, Alagbafadion, for having love, trust, and confidence in his assistant shepherd. You are not in position to blame him or to judge him for dying in the way he died. It was destined by God. And I will tell you that the way he loved the man, the way he brought him closer to himself, that is the way Celestial Church of Christ was established. We're establishing on love. So Alagbafadion was actually playing the love of Celestial Church of Christ. He showed love to his members, and in particular to the assistant shepherd Lekon Ogundipe, who committed the terrific murder against him. So I wouldn't take us too much. I'm going to take us through some of the confessions and the incidents, what really happened in that video. I've seen a lot of people already start coming out to talk about it. But the most important of all of this is for us that are listening to us. You that is listening to me and myself that is talking, all of us, it's just for us to be able to learn from this particular incident and event. And in fact, including for the church authority also need to learn from this particular incident. What can we do differently? And how can we help to prevent such occurrence in the future? That's what we should be talking about. Because entoku otilo. Yes, what happened is not normal. In any circumstances, is not normal. Especially in the house of God. We have seen record an incident of such occurrence in the north, where terrorists are attacking the people, attacking the Christendoms, and they were causing a lot of horrific incidents to scare people away. Yes, that happened in the north. But there's no war front in Ile-Ife. And I do not see how battle and issues should generate to that extent where an individual will go ahead and kill his own shepherd. Kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ tó yẹ kó rò if it happen. But again, it happened. So we want to appreciate Baba Ajovi for taking up initiative to go. We are going to analyze some of the discussions of what happened when we hear the news. It was a sad news. It's a terrific event because the way the man died was so pathetic that everybody that listened to that particular video or that saw anybody that have seen the video, you will agree with me that no human being, in fact, even an animal should not die in such horrific situation. Animal ẹranko ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ pa in such a way. It is totally unacceptable, and it's with a whole lot of pain in our hearts and in the heart of Celestial Church of Christ worldwide. We've seen those videos are horrific, they are terrible. In fact, no Christian will look at that video and will be happy. No Christian will look at that video and be happy. It is totally unacceptable. So we're going to listen to what happened. I don't want to take us through so many of all of those things. Thank you so much joining us from Ghana, Accra, Akwaba. So I just want to take us through the fact that Baba Ajovi was asking questions from the patron of the church, who owns the church. Some sensitive questions about what happened. Let's listen to some of the things the man said. Okay, so let's listen. Okay, before we go there is something that happened. We're just going to be looking at that video and then we're going to pause and then we'll look at the video and review again together, right? So let me take us through this video. Okay. Task force, whenever you go out to record event, you should know that you are communicating with the world. A lot of people all over the world are listening, they are following you, and they want to get information about what is going on. So the way you are not controlling the noise, the noise is just too much, and because you are not talking to yourself. In as far as you recorded it, if you are not recording it, if you are not going live, then you can make all the noise within yourself. But because you're recording it, you are communicating to the world. And if you're communicating to the world, you need to put in your best professional service. Too many side talk, side distraction. We don't really need that. The cameraman was on phone, was talking. We don't really need that. Please. All right, let's go on. So, because of the noise, I'm not going to play it. If you want to get that information, you can actually go on CRC page. That information and the news, but I'm going to give you a summary so that everybody can understand the truth story about what happened. This man you are seeing on the screen, on the sticker, Lekon Ogundikpe, is the suspect. We can't really say suspect anymore because he confessed and he confirmed that he was actually the one that killed the shepherd. And the shepherd is the one you are seeing on the most senior evangelist So let me just bring out the extract that was summarized from the video that I was supposed to play to everybody. So the truth as extracted from the video interview during the visit of the chairman, the CCC Task Force Worldwide Chairman, Baba Ajovi, to CCC Grace of Comfort Parish in Osun State, Ile-Ife. Okay, so the tragic dismiss of most senior evangelist Gbaju, is it Gbaju or Gbade Fadehan of CCC Grace of Comfort Parish in Ile-Ife, Osun State, left members all over the world, Celestial all over the world in shock, and a lot of people are terrified. The incident occurred when his assistant, who worked closely with him, intentionally planned and murdered him with knife and screwdrivers, injuries before setting him ablaze in the church due to personal misunderstanding. So what happened in that instance, according to the testimony that was given by the eyewitness who were around in the church, this man had an issue with the assistant, and the issue has to do with little things. Maybe something like that. Lady if you are with us, if you are following us, about 2-3 videos we did in the past, we talked about this trance. And I was here, I was speaking like a prophet. Forget the fact that I put on 4 corners, but I said it on that day, that any trance you go to in Celestial Church and there's no positive impact in the life of the church, that's not from God. I said it on the video we did about when those women died on the trance. We said if you go on trance and the church scatter, or anything happen in the church to scatter or destroy the church, that's not trance. I'm coming there. So now what happened is that Oluso was praying 9 a.m. in the morning, and the way Oluso ṣe lago agogo ìforíbalẹ̀ pé kó máa foríbalẹ̀ mímọ́ tó ń foríbalẹ̀, this man, this corporate Lekan Ogundipe, he lay an ambush on the shepherd. According to his own confession, he was the one that confessed this particular story to the police. He lay an ambush on the shepherd. He now used aṣọ pẹpẹ, utter clothes, ó fi wé Oluso ní orí, ó dàbò Oluso lórí. Then ó wá gbé agogo ìjúbà tí Oluso fi ń forí balẹ̀ níwájú pẹpẹ, ó wá fọmọ Oluso lórí. Ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fọmọ Oluso lórí, orí Oluso bẹ́jẹ̀, ilẹ̀ kún. Thank you so much, sir. Shepherd KSM. So orí Oluso bẹ́, ẹ̀jẹ̀ bẹ́, Oluso dẹ̀ ń jà kóra wé aṣọ pẹpẹ yẹn mọ́ Oluso lórí. Ó wá mú screwdriver tó wà nínú church, ó wá fi screwdriver yẹn, ó tẹ̀bọ̀ Oluso, ó fi ń gun, ó fi gun gbogbo inú Oluso, ó fà á títí ó fi dé, ó ṣàgun bí ìgbà téèyàn bá ẹranko jà, bí pé tó bá rí ẹranko bíárì tó yọ sí ẹ, bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe pa Oluso yìí. Oluso tún wá kú tán. Oluso kú tán. Yes, I agree with you. Only he could be suffering from mental health. I agree with you because this is eléyìí ó ti lágbára jù. Oluso kú tán tó ń jáporo àbó ti kú. Ó wá mú aṣọ pẹpẹ. Ó wá lọ ṣí generator. Ó wá soak aṣọ yẹn sínú generator. Inú epo, inú ilé tank epo. Ó sókè ẹ̀ sínú petrol yẹn, ó wá dà sí Oluso lára, ó wá fi candle látorí pẹpẹ, ó wá fi tan iná sí Oluso lára, ó wá jó Oluso. Gbogbo ìgbà tí gbogbo wàhálà ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ Monday, question táwọn èèyàn ń béèrè ni pé ǹjẹ́ kò sí anybody ní àyíká tí wọ́n lè gbọ́ ariwo Olusoagutan àbí igbe, àbí tí wọ́n lè gbọ́ pé nǹkan ń jà, àbí tí wọ́n lè gbóòórùn pé iná tiẹ̀ ń jó. Ó dáná sun Olusoagutan láti orí. Oluso dẹ̀ wà nínú sùtánà, aṣọ ògo, aṣọ àdúrà. Yes, thank you. That's the question everybody was asking. Is there nobody in the church at that movement, even in the premises of the church? Your shepherd was putting on a sutana, a prayer clothes, bowing down his head in the altar to pray unto God. That's horrific. And then he used the bed. Ó dàbò Oluso lórí, ó fi fọ́ orí Olusoagutan. Tẹ́ bá ń forí balẹ̀ nínú ìjọ mímọ́, lásìkò tí ò sí èèyàn láyìíká, ẹ má wẹ̀yìn o. Tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́, ẹ má wẹ̀yìn o. Anytime you are in a vicinity that is quiet, I know a lot of shepherds are posted to rural areas, shepherds posted to villages, shepherds posted to communities that majority of the residents or villagers are farmers, they go to farm. And in Celestial Church, we need to do Iforibale, wakati. So if you are posted or your church is in a forest or in a village or in a place that is excluded from residents, or it's a new site, please, tebatin fiori bale ma wojo kosi that one they look your back. Whether somebody love you, somebody did not love you, you are fighting somebody, you are not fighting anybody, please, you have to be very vigilant. Everybody needs to be vigilant. And everybody needs to be extremely careful. You know why? Many communities do not even like Celestial Church. A lot of them that are cohabiting or we are cohabiting with, they are just tolerating us. People develop prejudice against Celestial Church of Christ just because of so many of these things. And all the things that a lot of social media platforms and bloggers are talking about. Nobody likes what is happening. That's why we're talking about it. Because the decay has been there for a long time. A rotten thing going on in the church. Dirty linens. And when we were talking, when all of us were talking, you will see some people coming out on social media confidently, out of their own ignorance, to be writing. Why are you writing? Why are you pushing the dirty linen in the public? Are there no other churches that also have problem? You are a shame. This is social media age. And we all should wake up to the reality of living with it. It's a social media age. We cannot remain silent when things is not going on right. People need to speak out about it. Let's get it straight. There are so many parishes in Nigeria or across the world that I respect so much that when you see, you hardly hear any drama from those churches. Go to Akoka Parish 1, go to Okwado, go to Sharon, go to Agunloye in Ondo, go to Okitupa 1, Prema Parish. Go to so many other parishes like that. You won't, so many of the community parishes, a lot of them do not have so much of drama. But let's go on. So, the incident occurred when his assistants who worked closely with him intentionally murdered him. And let's get back to the background insight of the event. CCC Grace of Comfort Parish in Ile-Ife was established by Baba Falaju, that's the owner of the church, who planted the parish. An elder of CCC More Cathedral, administrative divisional headquarters. The parish was built with the intention of serving as a house of God without expectations of monetary gain. I'm not going to read all of that. Okay, so I think we need to go back. People need to hear directly from all of these people what really happened. So, there was an issue that leads to the genesis of this whole scene. We're going to hear that genesis from the woman. You know, we said that there was a woman who went on trance. The woman went on trance and came back on the 21st of February 2024. Ó sọ̀kalẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀mí nínú church yẹn, that same parish. Ìgbà tó lọ sínú ẹ̀mí, kí ni àwọn message tó jáde? Àwọn àkíyèsí wo ló wà ńlẹ̀? Spiritual message wo ló wà ńlẹ̀? That's why we are challenging a lot of people that you don't just accept people to lie down and say, "Wọ́n gorí òkè." You understand? So you went on trance. You come down 21st of February. And the incident happened on the 25th or 26th. Yeah, 26th of February. You came down 21st. Incident happened 5 days interval. Wàhálà ṣẹlẹ̀, wọ́n pa Olusoagutan. Ìjọ tó ti lọ sórí òkè. Ìwọ mọ́mì yẹn wà. Ẹ máa gbọ́ nǹkan tá à ń sọ fún yín. Tẹ́ bá ń lọ sínú ẹ̀mí. Ọjọ́ mi tẹ́ bá lórí ọ̀fẹ́. When you have the grace to go on trance, pray to God Almighty. Gbàdúrà fún Ọlọ́run. Tó bá jẹ́ òun ló pè ẹ́ lóòótọ́, kò ní pè ẹ́ fún ìyàjẹ́, ó jẹ́ ní rí ìdíbàjẹ́ nínú orí òkè. How can you ẹlẹ́mi lọ sórí òkè? Then the next thing, wọ́n dáná sun olùṣọ́ nínú church, wọ́n pa olùṣọ́, wọ́n slaughter ẹ̀ pa gun jámàjámà bí ẹran bíárì. Wọ́n tún wá fi petrol, wọ́n tún dáná sun pẹ̀lú aṣọ pẹ́pẹ́. Wọ́n fi aṣọ pẹ́pẹ́ sun Olùṣọ́-àgùntàn níwájú pẹ́pẹ́. Tó jẹ́ wọ sùtánà, wọ́n tún gbé Bible síbi ègbèrí ẹ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ tún sun pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. That's ẹlẹ́mi jẹ́ ṣe sọ̀kalẹ̀ 5 days. Ẹlẹ́mi ṣe sọ̀kalẹ̀ 5 days. Nínú ìjọ mímọ́, that's one of the things we used to talk about. In Celestial Church, everybody ló máa ń béèrè pé kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ rí? Kí lẹ rí? Tẹ́ni èèyàn bá kú, they always say, ṣé wòlíì ò sí ńbẹ̀ ni? Tẹ́ni tí máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Celestial Church. Because in Celestial, we expect that the Spirit of God kò ń farapamọ́ fún yàn. God is supposed to reveal. Olúwa máa lo àwọn wòlíì, àwọn òjíṣẹ́ rẹ̀ to review nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn wa ọ̀la wọ́n máa fi hàn wá àwa la fún. We own the grace in Celestial Church of Christ. Kí lẹ̀ ń wọ ogun mẹ́rin fún? Why are you a prophet? Why are you a prophetess? Kí ni àǹfààní pé ẹgbẹ́ ogun mẹ́rin wọ̀? Tá bá lọ wo fídíò ìsọ̀kalẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mìí woman tó lọ sórí òkè yẹn, tá bá lọ wo fídíò ẹ̀ máa rí tán máa gbé cross yo. Wọ́n lè gbé cross káwọn màlíkà kan àwọn wòlíì kan tó kándù lé wọn lọ́wọ́ kan lọ tò láti ta kan dáná sí. Kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ni máa fa àyà kan máa sọ èdè ó fún mi lé dìdí rádaràda lẹ́ ń ṣe rádaràda. Yeah, we said it. Ìgbà wo la ṣe fídíò ta sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn ẹlẹ́mìí tó kú sórí òkè. It's less than a week. It's less than a week and I was analysing it here, telling people that kò ṣogbo èèyàn tó bá sùn sílẹ̀ nínú church lọ sórí òkè. Yes. Kò ṣe gbogbo èèyàn tó bá sùn sílẹ̀. Ìwọ kọ́ ló fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run tó rán ẹ, ìpè tó rán ẹ ni. Ìpè tó pé mi ìpè ọlá ni màá yé jẹ. Ṣé pé ọlá ni? Nígbà tẹ́lẹ̀ mi lọ sórí òkè tí wọ́n wá dáná sun olùṣọ́ ní 5 days after. No, because if tí Ọlọ́run ò bá fi wọ̀n ẹ́ ìwọ wòlíì ó yẹ kó lọ máa sunkún níbi tó wà kó máa gba àwẹ̀ kó máa bí Ọlọ́run pé ṣé wọ́n ló pè mí lóòótọ́. Yes, ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ́ ẹjọ́ wòlíì lọ sórí òkè ó sọ̀kalẹ̀. Now lẹ́yìn ìsọ̀kalẹ̀ òun gbálẹ̀ láyìíká bọ̀bọ́ yìí Lékan Ògúndípẹ̀ wá ó wá ń bẹ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ò wá dá lóhùn. Ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ́ ẹjọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀.
Ó ní ìwọ bá mi ṣeré ìwọ bá mi sàwádà ó.
Ó pa àwọn pọ̀ tó fi ń jà.
Kò sí ìgbà tó pa wá pọ̀ sà.
So kí n tó play voice note yẹn again kí n tó play ẹ̀ ṣé mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ they fought òun àti wòlíì ni wọ́n jà ní about 2 days ago àbí last week or something kò pẹ́ tó sọ̀kalẹ̀ o maybe 3 days lẹ́yìn tó sọ̀kalẹ̀ òun àti wòlíì lọ ó kí wòlíì ò dá lóyún wọ́n tó ṣe sọ̀kalẹ̀ látòrí ẹ̀mí ṣó yẹ kó máa yan òdì kò tiẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó yẹ kó yan òdì bóyá the guy is good or the guy is not good whether you like him or not tó bá kí ẹ tó ẹ̀ dá lóhùn kí ló lọ kọ́ lórí òkè kí ló lọ kọ́ you trigger the mental health of this guy bí ó tiẹ̀ ti ní chronic bipolar àbó ti ní bipolar disorder or clinical bipolar or whatever depression or mental health issues tó wà very very critical tóun fún ara ẹ̀ gan lè máa identify people have issues that they don't even know they may not be aware that they have mental health issues until you are diagnosed you may not be able to know until you see a psychiatrist or you go for mental health evaluation you may not know that you o lè máa mọ̀ pé o ti ya wèrè kò dé ṣe gbogbo wèrè tó ń ṣàlẹ̀ jẹ́ tó jáde ní wèrè tẹ́ bá dé ìlú òyìnbó àbí ẹ lọ sí hospital tẹ́ bá ní opportunity láti rí doctor ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń pè ní wèrè mental health ní Nàìjíríà àti believe pé àwọn tó bá ti ń ṣàlẹ̀ jẹ́ tó máa ń kéwé àwọn tó ń ya aṣọ ara wọn tó ń sùn sí abẹ́ bridge àwọn ní wèrè irọ́ o wèrè pọ̀ everywhere all over the world o wèrè ní category wèrè wà tó ń wọṣọ wèrè wà tó ń lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wèrè wà tó ń gbàdúrà wèrè wà tó ń gbààwẹ̀ wèrè gan tí wọ sùtánà wèrè tí ó ti ń dọ́gba iṣẹ́ wèrè tí ń pẹ̀lẹ̀ lágbà wèrè ń gbà anointing wèrè máa jòkó sínú pẹpẹ wèrè ń gorí àga wàásù wèrè sọ ó ń lead iṣẹ́ wèrè gan gorí òkè people have mental health issues kò ń ṣe tó bá ń ṣagolo tó bá ń ṣa títì tó ń ṣawó nìkan ni wèrè is of different category. And all of these things are part of the things that we need to talk about, that we need to learn. Bobo yìí lè máa mọ̀ pé ó ní mental health issues. Ó lè máa mọ̀ pé ó ní this depression. Ó dẹ̀ lè mọ̀ because there are some informations I'm going to get to that aspect. Àti Ondo, a shepherd called us from Ondo. Pé bobo yìí àwọn ti wò ó kùn. Àwọn wò ó dẹ̀ wà okay but ibẹ̀ náà ni wòlíì ti jíṣẹ́ pé kó gbaṣẹ́ Olúwa. Èèyàn wá gba kí la máa pè náà èèyàn wá gba àwòsàn nísẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ̀yin wòlíì ẹ̀yin onígun mẹ́rin my igun mẹ́rin mate na we dey destroy this church and I go open my mouth I go talk am ẹ̀yin tààrẹ òyà tó wá sí church the next thing ẹ ti ń jíṣẹ́ fún kó máa gbaṣẹ́ Olúwa torí pé ẹ fi ipò tí wà òkè ara ẹ ti yá. Even if you go get spiritual deliverance or miracle anywhere, you still need to go for mental evaluation or checkup. You still need to be screened. You need to go and see. Let's hear from the prophetess to Gorioke. Because Baba Jovi was asking that question. That was the genesis. ọ̀rọ̀ tí Olùṣọ́àgùtàn mọ́wọ́ tí ò mẹsẹ̀ lé lórí ẹ dẹ̀ pa bàbá oníbàbá dànù, bàbá tó níyàwó tó láwọn ọmọ tó ti ṣiṣẹ́, ẹ dẹ̀ mú bàbá yìí ẹ dẹ̀ pa dànù at 64 years old, building or civil engineer àbí construction engineer ni ẹ pa bàbá yẹn dànù, ẹni tó níyàwó tó lọ́mọ tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń fẹ̀yìntì pé kóun tiẹ̀ máa lè jẹun ọmọ. Ó ti rán ọmọ jáde iléèwé náà ní yunifásitì, ó láwọn ọmọ tó ti wà learned. Àsìkò tó yẹ kó máa jẹun ọmọ, ìgbà wo lọ́mọ ẹ ṣe wedding, ọdún mélòó? Bàbá tó yẹ kó ṣe jókòó kó máa jẹun ọmọ, ẹ wá dẹ́ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ légbodò, ẹ wá pàdánù. Ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́n kan tí wòlíì tó lọ sórí òkè tó sọ̀kalẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́n kan tó sọ.
olùmọ̀dé bí kò tẹ̀ kọ́ ọdún ìfẹ́ sí ẹ̀rí.
Kò sí nǹkan tó jọ́ láàrin àti wọn nípa tí wọn ní kò tó rà. Kò sí nǹkan tó jọ́ bọ̀ ọ́n mú mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ. So mo wá ní kò sí mọ́.
So Baba Jovi asked a question that, is there any relationship between the prophetess that went on trance and the victim that died? So the prophetess said there's nothing between her and the shepherd. They don't have anything, that the shepherds took her as a daughter. So because I've seen some posts, some secular posts where they say, oh, they are fighting because of woman. That's a lie. So let's clarify that. If you are listening, you can share this program so that people know what's the truth, the true information about this scene. There was no anything. This shepherd was married with his wife. He has his own family, and he's not dating anybody in the church. He's not fighting with Lekon Ogundupe because of woman. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the issue. The issue is that this Lekon Ogundupe, thank you very much. You know, thank you very much. That could be it. That could be it. And then he could also be having suicidal radiation. Sometimes they want to kill themselves or even kill other people. You know, they could have all this suicide harm and all of that. But they may not know. You may not even understand the kind of, because in Nigeria everything ogun ni gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́dá láyé. Àwọn ẹlòmíì tó dẹ́gbó yẹ kí wọ́n lọ sí Yaba left kó máa gba abẹ́rẹ́ kó máa gbóògùn wọn bẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ẹ̀ ń gbàdúrà fún wọn. Bíbélì ò kọ́ medic, even SB Joshua, the founder of the church, said that Celestial ń lo oògùn. Ó ní ẹni táre ò bá yá ó gbọ́dọ̀ lo oògùn. Ó ní tó bá sick ó ní kó lọ rí doctor. Pastor founder of this church, SB Joshua, he said it on an interview on NTA 1982. Papa Joshua sọ jáde báyìí pé sẹ̀lẹ̀ o, àwa ń lo oògùn hospital o, à ń lo oògùn ìwòsàn. Tára yín ò bá yá, ó gbọ́dọ̀ lọ rí doctor, á dẹ̀ máa gbàdúrà fún. That's what the founder said. So, kì í ṣe gbogbo nǹkan lè máa sọ pé ayé ni, ọfà ni, because ibi nǹkan tó súnmọ́ adébí ta wà nìyẹn náà. Ẹni tó yẹ kó wà ní Yaba left. Ẹ máa gbọ́ wòlíì.
Pé so many things gan ló dánwò ní mọ́ rẹ̀ pé kí n gbójú pé sẹ́ni tó parọ́ fáwọn fún before years pé kí n mójú.
So ṣe ti gbọ́ point yẹn. Mi ò tí break fídíò yìí tá ti gbọ́ call láti Ondo pé ara boy yóò yá. Àwọn tọ́jú ẹ̀ ní church, but wọ́n ló ti wà okay according to them. Mi mo bẹ ṣe ń discharge èèyàn ṣá ní church. Ẹ lè ara èèyàn lè ní sickness ẹ ti gbàdúrà fún ẹ dẹ̀ fíìpò ti wà okay ẹ discharge ẹ. That's not the usual process. It's good. There's nothing wrong in miracles. Miracles ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ìjọ mímọ́ àmọ́ àmàrí we have seen. But again, such miracles, you are supposed to tell the person to go to the hospital. Ẹ ti gbàdúrà fún, ẹ ti ṣe prayer, ẹ ti ṣe everything ara ẹ ti wà okay. Ó yẹ kó lọ sí hospital. Kó continue bóyá àwọn little check up máa wà tán mo máa ṣe fún. There could be some other signs or some other triggers to yẹ watch out for. Some things that he's not supposed to be doing. Maybe some little things to mama trigger reactions, abi depression, abi to ma je koma wa hyper, abi ti bipolar case or whatever to mama high. There could be things that you need to tell him. In the church, we don't have that skills. No shepherd, no matter how powerful you are, koma wo weary. Oh, ni mental health skills. Yeah, you are not a specialist. Láti more do's and don'ts. To yẹ kó sọ fún ẹni tó gbàdúrà fún. So prayer is not enough. Just tell the person to go on and ó lè jẹ́ kó fa igbó bóyá yẹn ló yí lórí àbó fa kòló. You know those hard substance tí wọ́n máa mu. Ó lè lọ mú kí yẹn kó twist the brain ẹ̀ kó má wà alright. Ẹ wá gbàdúrà fún ṣé omi àdúrà ṣó ràn àtọ̀ sí ni. Èèyàn tó kó golórí àtẹ̀ ń fún ní holy water abẹ́ ń fún ní green water mu ṣó ràn ni ṣó gbọ́ ni. Ẹ má jẹ́ àmà tanra wa náà. Things that are supposed to be for medical should be for medical. Things that are supposed to be for spiritual need to be for spiritual. And when you are sick, go to the hospital. That's the first point of contact. Only the hospital kò pọ̀ Olusoagutan. Olùṣọ́, ẹ gbàdúrà fún mi. Ara mi ò yá mo wà hospital. Olùṣọ́ gbàdúrà fún ẹ. Nísẹ̀lẹ̀ a máa ń fi orúkọ yàn sínú Bible. Tá máa gbé sáàrin church tí gbogbo èèyàn máa ṣe congregational prayer. Àdúrà máa ń gbà. Bíbélì wí pé àdúrà olódodo ó ṣiṣẹ́ agbára. You don't have to take our hospital and dúró sí church. No. Àdúrà máa ń gbà. Tẹ́ bá ti wà ní church tó máa ṣe prayer fún yín, you still go back to the hospital. That's what is supposed to happen, but one can release it, but you are okay, you know. Oh no, that if you pay, until my was start, come dog by share around with it, town, not bad from the prayer. Till see certification, but once you are okay. Nobody satisfied them, okay. But ìtorí pé àti wọ sùtánà fún wọn àwọn iná lọmọ máa dọ́gba iṣẹ́ láyìíká àgbà mẹ́ta ó máa jáde wá àgbà méje ìwọ innocent person wàá kúnlẹ̀ ẹni tó dẹ́ pé kò tí ì nọ́mà dáadáa èmi ò mọ bí tó ń fẹ́ rí àṣẹ ìpè tó níná nínú tó ń fẹ́ fi ṣẹ́ ogun ayé ẹ̀. These are some of the things we were talking about because Olúbodè, okay, let me not digress, let's get back, let's listen to the prophetess tó gorí òkè analysis àlàyé tó ń ṣe. In fact inú kan bí mi bí mo ṣe ń gbàlàyé yẹn ni 5 days lẹ́yìn tó sọ̀kalẹ̀ wọ́n pa Olùṣọ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n dáná sun and you are talking.
So ó ṣàwọn àmọ́ àwọn àtàmàtàmọ́ ẹjọ́ wẹ́ẹ̀sì ni wá wá sáyé ká nìkan bíi 8:49 mo dá ìka mo bá church yìí títì mo ní tí dájú bá tiẹ̀ ti dè owó ní sọmọ lẹ́fì náà tí ò tí ì lè bá yí fà bá dẹ̀ bò bá dẹ̀ gba environment tí mo ti ń gba lọ́wọ́ ló ti dé tó bá dẹ̀ kí n kọ́ àwọn nǹkan tí mo ti gbọ́ yẹn inú mi wà píìsì láti sọ pé kí mi àti ìjọ máa ṣàwàdà mọ́ ó wá kí mi ó ní ìmọ̀mí ẹ̀wà ẹ̀ka àárọ̀ ó kí mi lẹ́kìn lẹ́kìjì mo fi kí yẹ́kìsì létí ẹ̀ tó ń gbórin mo ní ń bó wá bá mi wá fọ́ fà mo ní bàálù ẹ̀ má kì í mọ́ láti èdè ẹ̀ má kì í mọ́ kí ló wà láàrin mi àti tẹ̀sí rojọ́ káàkiri ó ní kò sí nǹkan lára mo ní bá yẹ tẹ́ rojọ́ káàkiri pé nǹkan wà láàrin mi àti láti èdè ìlú ẹ̀ ìfọlọ́run rẹ̀
Can you hear? Hope we can hear. And those are on Sale, task force officer near you are the one recording or you're closer to the person recording and you're speaking on the phone. That's disrespectful. You are very disrespectful to Baba Jovi, the chairman. You are disrespectful to everybody that is there standing. And the conversation you are having is less important to what they are doing in there. So you are there talking on the phone. That's disrespectful. Because Teba recorded, you can stand up and be making noise on top of your chairman. That shouldn't happen. Baba Jovi only one because people going my rojo lori phone. Anybody to back me, not at that point. If you want to answer your call, you go out. One bit, one investigation then she. Very powerful issue. Issue to that way over pathetic. There was no anything. This shepherd was married with his wife. He has his own family. And he's not dating anybody in the church. He's not fighting with Leko Ogundukpe because of woman. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the issue. The issue is that this Leko Ogundukpe, thank you very much. You know, thank you very much. That could be it. That could be it. And then he could also be having suicidal radiation. Sometimes they want to kill themselves or even kill other people. You know, they could have all this suicide harm and all of that. But they may not know. You may not even understand the kind of, because in Nigeria everything ogun ni gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́dá láyé. Àwọn ẹlòmíì tó dẹ́ pé ó yẹ kó wọn lọ sí Yaba left kó máa gba abẹ́rẹ́ kó máa gbóògùn wọn bẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ẹ ń gbàdúrà fún. Irrespective of what o fẹ́ nà ó mọ̀ pé ẹni tó lọ sínú ẹ̀mí ní ìlànà ṣẹlẹ̀ tí mo mọ̀. I don't know if it is still the same way or it is right, but in my own personal experience in this church, if you go in trance for 3 days in Celestial Church, you will stay in Ayika for 3 days. If you go in trance for 7 days in Celestial Church, you will do Abu. Abonio is a protection. You have to do Abu for 7 days. and people still give you honor. Well, ìyẹn tó bá jẹ́ wòlíì tó tọ́ tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé inú ẹ̀mí tó lọ ó nítumọ̀ ó lámì, you know, people will regard you irrespective of what. So Màlẹ́kà náà lẹ́wà yọ ẹgbà tì tó wá nà ibẹ̀ ló yẹ kó Olùṣọ́ ti máa kíyèsí pé bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ní issue ó ní problem ó sick ó sán lórí. There are things you can get without going to hospital or to get trainings or to be. You don't need to be a doctor to know somebody that have mental health issues. You don't need to be a nurse. You don't need to be trained to be able to identify people with mental health issues, anxiety disorder, bipolar, or all kind of psychotic issues or psychosis, or even suicidal tendency, and all kind of. You don't need to. But you need some level of exposure anyway to be able to understand and see all of those things. So, when you egba o no wòlíì o tó lọ sínú ẹ̀mí o no jagba sí wòlíì lára. Ìyẹn ti ṣẹlẹ̀ previous days before kó tó pa Olusoagutan. Ẹni tó yẹ kẹ́ ti lọ police station kẹ́ lọ mọ́lọ́pàá kẹ́ ti mọ́lé. But a máa ní Celestial kò yẹ ká kẹ́ra wa lọ́nú ẹjọ́ kò yẹ ká lọ sí court. Ṣé ti rí pé exemption máa ń wà ní some instances. Let's see what is going on.
ọmọ akọ̀yà kan ní yonigi ó ní òun máa mẹ́sọ̀ fún bẹ́ẹ̀ pé dé pẹ̀rẹ̀pẹ̀rẹ̀ ìlú lóbi lọ́jọ́ yẹn bí yogi ṣe wọlé dé nìyí ìyá yẹn àgbàjọ náà ni ẹ̀yìn bá ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ó bá tún fọ́ sí àyìnbá ń ṣeré ni ìyá ìbá ní eléyìí ṣeré o àwọn ọmọ eléyìí dáadáa pé ọmọ àwọn ni pé kì í ṣeré ìyá ìfà gbà lọ́wọ́ mi títí ó di eyín mọ́ sí ìyá ìfà gidigidi gba ọwọ́ mi ní ẹnu ẹ̀ ó ṣàfijáde síta lóbi ṣọ́fídé.
Okay, so you know sometimes see àwọn èèyàn tó bá ní mental health issues wọ́n máa ń wọ crisis because wọ́n lè máa ya wèrè lójoojúmọ́. I mean, I'm talking of people that are not really very chronic because àwọn tó ti ní clinical chronic mental health case àwọn lè máa ń rí tó máa ń run out of control tó dẹ́ pé wọn kì í lè manage reactions wọn. But I'm telling you all kind of mental health issues that èèyàn ṣì máa wẹ̀ á máa wọṣọ a máa jẹun a máa sọ̀rọ̀ a máa relate mọ́ yàn ẹ máa rò pé normal whereas àwọn tools ti tú ní ọpọlọ ẹ̀ kò correct mọ́. So ó máa ń ní crisis ó máa ń ní period tí wọ́n máa ń wọ mood tí mood wọn máa switch tí crisis máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn tó dẹ́ pé at that period mental health issues ó máa lé wèrè yẹn bí àlùjọ̀nú ni tó máa wọ̀ wọ́n tó yẹ pé at that period nǹkan tó gbé lé wọn lórí yẹn that is when they need their medication tó bá dé pé ẹni tó ti ń lo medication and that's why I'm saying that praying for people who have mental health issues àti ń wo wèrè jù ní sẹ̀lẹ̀ àwo wèrè o sẹ̀lẹ̀ hey tó bá ń wá ọgbà wèrè Celestial ni à ń wo pàṣàpàṣà nínú wèrè mo dé church kan tẹ bá rí bọ́n ṣe so ṣéènì wèrè sílẹ̀ ọlọ́run gbàdúrà o ní Celestial kì í ṣe pé ọlọ́run ò gbọ́ o ọlọ́run gbọ́ ìyanu ṣẹlẹ̀ miracle happen ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn tó bá ti ní mental health kì í ní báyìí sẹ̀lẹ̀ ló ń gbé lọ first iṣẹ́ ìtẹ̀ máa kọ́ lọ sórí sẹ̀lẹ̀ ni why àdúrà kọ́ fẹ́ lọ lé ogun ayé tó bá jẹ́ pé ọwọ́ ayé ni tó bá jẹ́ ọ̀fà ayé tó bá jẹ́ àránsí tó bá jẹ́ àṣàsí ẹ kọ́ lọ fi àdúrà kẹ́kọ́ lé ẹ̀mí èṣù yẹn lọ́rọ́ torí ẹ̀mí kan ló wà nídìí àlùjọ̀nú kan ló dúró ti àwọn tó ń ya wèrè yẹn nǹkan kan ló ń tì wọ́n ẹ̀mí kan ló ń tì wọ́n I'm talking about spiritual now but again tẹ́ bá ti lé ẹ̀mí yẹn tẹ́ ti gbàdúrà tán ti lọ ṣe refer wọn lọ hospital ṣó wrong inú kan lọ sí Abẹ́òkúta ní àrò gbogbo èèyàn tó ń ṣàgolo ní títì kan ló ń lọ sáàrò ẹlòmíì normal tó ń lọ bíṣẹ́ àdèṣì lọ sáàrò you see your psychiatrist it doesn't cost anything. You can still be a shepherd and still be seeing your psychiatrists. People don't need to know. You can still be Òṣìṣẹ́ Olúwa and still be going to the hospital and take your mental health antidepressant or mental health pills. People doesn't need to know. But the injection lo mama gba ni whatever medication you need to be consistent. Ìyẹn ò dí àdúrà lọ́wọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ti miss ẹ̀ tó bá ti ń di pé crisis ń dé. There are so many things that we don't know about Lekan. There are so many things that we do not know about Lekan that even Lekan hide away from the shepherd. Tí olùṣọ́ tó ń gbé káàkiri tó ń tọ́jú ẹ̀ tó ń fún níṣẹ́ tó ń support ẹ̀ tó mú gẹ́gẹ́ bí àbúrò bí ọmọ There are things he doesn't know about Lekon. Yes, relapse. Thank you very much. He doesn't know bóyá kò tiẹ̀ wá gba medication kankan, you know. So season ni ó dé sí. That is why ó tún wá gé wòlíì jẹ, ó dé yín mọ́ wòlíì ni o, ó gé wòlíì jẹ lọ́wọ́ ni o, ó bù jẹ yamayama. Ó yẹ kí wọ́n ti máa notice pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí ó ti kọjá kíni. Ìgbà yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan ti fọlọ́pàá gbé. Tó máa gbé dé station bóyá rẹ̀ á tún balẹ̀. Tó máa confine ẹ̀ tó wà restricted, tí movement ẹ̀ wà restricted. Bóyá rẹ̀ á tún balẹ̀, á tún rọ̀ lára ẹ̀. You know, then gbogbo àwọn I don't believe that Lekon kan dédé develop reactions. Àwọn èèyàn ti máa mọ̀ láyìíká náà. Àwọn èèyàn tó ti ń bá gbé, wọ́n á ti mọ orú èèyàn tó jẹ́. Olùṣọ́ àtàwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ wọ́n á ti mọ̀ pé something is not right about Lekon Ogundipe. But sometimes I can believe pé ó lágídí ni, ó lé ni. No, it's not all the time. We need to be very observant. Tẹ́ bá ti ní àwọn ìṣe Olúwa láyìíká tí wọ́n ní wà jàgídíjàgan, agídí, àbí they have anger issues. They cannot manage their emotions. They cannot manage their anger. They always react at every little things. Àbí small issues, so ma trigger wọn. They are not Bible or scripture preachers. Being a preacher or standing on the pulpit, a lot of people can put on the garment. We used to say it on CRC. Ó easy láti gba sùtánà ju kó gba Jésù. Torí nísẹ̀lẹ̀ tó bá ti dé Oṣòdì àbò dé Ìdúmọ̀tà wàá ra sùtánà. Wàá dẹ̀ gbé fún télọ̀ wọn abẹ́ ẹ̀ràn Jésù ló pé ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ wọn máa bọ̀ ẹlòmíì ò tiẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọ́. Aṣá rán sùtánà gbé sọ́rùn. Before you know it, ó ti dé mẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ó ti gbàgbé oró ìyẹn mélòó wàá ṣèwúyè olùṣọ́ṣà máa gbowó. So that missing link, the conversion process, tani nínú ìjọ mímọ́, it's a problem and it needs to be identified and addressed. Rates ta fi ń convert àwọn èèyàn sínú celestial pé wá gba Jésù. We are really not preaching we are not practicing what we are preaching. Look at our song. Jésù ló pé ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ máa bọ̀ ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ wá. Do we really counsel people? Do we seek them down? Do we teach them Christ? Do we give them the Christ? Are we selling Christ or we are selling candle? Are we telling them or preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ to them? Àbí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹrù ẹgbẹ́, iṣẹ́ ibùjókòó, iṣẹ́ ọkọ ọ̀run, iṣẹ́ aya ọ̀run. Àwọn nǹkan tá a máa fi ń pàdé àwọn èèyàn tá à ń kó sùtánà sí lọ́rùn nìyẹn. Tá a máa dẹ̀ wọlé without knowing Christ, there is going to be crisis in their life. Because ẹni tí ò bá mọ Jésù, ogun ló máa wà nínú ayé ẹ̀. Nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn náà. So àti gba àmì òróró ìyẹn ló rọrùn jù. It's the most simple thing in Celestial Church of Christ. But gbogbo èèyàn tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí inú pẹpẹ yẹn kọ́ ló normal. Wèrè tí ń wọ sùtánà tó pọ̀. Wèrè tó máa conduct service fún yín tẹ́ máa wò pé bàbá ẹ̀dẹ̀ mẹ̀sìn gbé o good ọpọlọ ò set. Wèrè tó máa gun orí àga wàásù tó máa preach tó máa ranjú tẹ́ máa ní bàbá ẹ̀ good o ẹ̀ ó bóyá ṣe wàásù ọpọlọ ò set o. So ó gé wòlíì jẹ ọkùnrin ó gé ẹlẹ́mìí tó ṣe sọ̀kalẹ̀ inú ẹ̀mí. Kò tí ì pé 7 days tí lady yẹn sọ̀kalẹ̀ mọ́mí ẹ̀wà kò pé 7 days ó gé jẹ́ ó dé yín mọ́ ó normal now. Ó yọ ẹgbà tí ìyàwó lé odidi ìyàwó lé tó ti bímọ kò ń ṣe sisi now. Tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ sisi ńkọ́, what's your problem? It means something is not normal. Please, all shepherd, if you are listening to me, any member of a church, if you're a parochial committee member or you are a celestial or you're a Christian, observe people in the church. Of course, the church is a sanctuary for everybody. Whether you are sick or you're normal, it's like a rehabilitation center. A lot of people come in there. Everybody. Equal. But of course, we need to be observant. Observe the people you're working with. If they cannot control their temper or their emotions, that means it's a red flag. You need to recommend them. Go and see a psychiatrist. That's why every parish needs to set up a medical health and welfare committee. It's important in Celestial Church. If your church has prophet and prophetess council, your church has women council, your church has youth, your church has Sunday school, and your church does not have marriage and counseling or even health committee, that church is not complete. Please, because there's no Celestial parish you go to that will have up to like 100 members as parishioners. without having a doctor, without having a nurse, or other licensed health practitioners in the church. You will definitely find them. So you can set up health and welfare committee. You talk about meta for a start. Set it up. Those people can always review issues like this, critical issues. They look at it from the medical perspective and they will recommend what to do, actions to take. We have to. This is 2024. Baba Shense Temi, Katuma Woni Nwara, Katuma Woni medical line. We have to be holistic service ni Luyeki Omagban Church. Mental, spiritual, emotional, physical, and financial. Luyeki Omari total package. Because Bubu don't want Susanna call normal. Susanna Elomi don, but Okpole don, Oti Dudu. So, Woli narrates gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí Lekan ṣe fóun before this incident. Lekan had a problem, serious problem. And I'm disappointed that the problem was not identified on time. But I'm not blaming the shepherd. We cannot blame the shepherd. He's late, he's dead. Because sometimes you can't give what you don't have. How the shepherd even became a shepherd in that place is a process that is against the protocol. He wasn't posted there from K2. They didn't transfer him there from K2. You know, one Baba just... Okay, let's listen to this lady first.
Kájẹ nìkan wá wà láàrin wa àti lédi yìí ṣé lílù àti eyín òkè awúrú jùbọ̀ kí àṣírí kó má lè tú síta máa dín kankan bẹ́yẹn láti wà ní kí n má wọlé kí n mójú kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀. Ànádà ni èmi ò wọlé torí stress ògògè yẹn mo filẹ̀ pẹ̀lú eyín yẹn ó rẹ̀ mí gan. So gbà tó dẹ̀ wà nírọ̀lẹ́ ìdí ànádà. So stress ìgòkè ó ti wà lára ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ ń jà ó lọ́ṣọ mọ́ lọ́rùn ìwọ náà ti ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ daṣọ ẹ̀ mú ṣẹ́ ní Kristi. Sheni Christi sha, elemi to share sokale. Irrespective of what, anything don't go back to your shefun. Why didn't you be in a discipline mode? You know, come down with that humility and display calmness. Can't we my work where this is not year watamo, year wa nigba, but you know, at that period, the season to your it should be a kind of very spiritual. Emi you understand about when you should learn me me understand because in God me more tell me about sokale ìgbà tí mo sokale many years back gbogbo period tí mo fi ń ṣe àbò ní church kódà wá ṣì máa need láti ṣe wàhálà message you are supposed to be like the spirit is ó máa kún láàrin ẹni níbo ló ti máa ráyè tó ti fẹ́ máa jà tó ti fẹ́ máa rojọ́ ìwà láyìíká tó ń ṣe àbò it's even like the season of pé oṣù wà nínú ẹ̀mí because people will come they'll consult they still know ó máa ṣọ́nà ó sọ̀kalẹ̀ omi ìpò oníṣọ́nà wàá ṣọ́nà wàá ṣẹ̀sìn wòlíì wàá ṣe ẹ̀sìn wàá dọ́gba this is gonna flow ń bolẹ̀ tí ń ráyè ìjà ó wá lọ́ṣọ́ ọmọ lọ́rùn I'm not blaming you mọ́mí ẹ̀wà but I'm not saying next time tẹ́ bá máa lọ sínú ẹ̀mí ẹbí ọlọ́run tí orí òkè yẹn tó bá jẹ́ kó ní má jẹ̀mú nú kì í ṣe èyí tẹ́ máa sọ̀kalẹ̀ tẹ́ máa lọ tí church máa dàrú tó máa túká so I really don't know what to say but. Ìgbà tí mo máa gbọ́ náà láàárọ̀ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ wọn ní kí n máa wọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì bàbá ọláparí wá pè mí pé ẹ̀lò kí n máa gbé bo mo wà mo ní mo jáde pé wọ́n ní sáyìíká mo àmọ́ ní mi sí láyìíká mo ní mo ti jáde wọ́n nílé kan níná ń jò lára òṣọ́ mo ní tí náà bá ń jò lára dájú kàwá sáfà náà kan fi náà sáfà sí wọn lé bomi àti mímọ́ lórí kẹpẹ́ kan fi pa mo ní náà olóńjò lára wọn tí wọ́n lé parí má dẹ̀ bínú kọ́ ti fún pé. Iyalaje courtroom Ekalema, God bless you ma. Yes, the guy is sick. He's actually sick because we received a call from a shepherd in Ondo that told us about this guy. But again, maybe the guy did not open up to him or in Nigeria. I think he's a very shy. A lot of people who are very shy when they have issues, they don't want to talk about it. But I don't see that as a big deal anymore because even if you have any form of mental health issue, you can access treatment. Treatment is available. You need to speak out about it, and you don't have to be shy. But again, and when you're in Nigeria, they will stigmatize you. Once stigmatize they are going to reject. There's going to be a lot of discrimination. People will just label you, especially when you speak out. You know, it's going to be an issue. Maybe that's why people are afraid. They're scared of the unknown, and they wouldn't want to talk to anybody about their personal problem or the issue they are facing. If not,
tó bá yẹ pé normal protocol tí ṣẹlẹ̀ fi ń gba posting ni, a shepherd or even assistant that is going to work in any parish is supposed to be transferred. You're supposed to get your transfer letter from the headquarter. Headquarter ló máa transfer Oluso. Headquarter náà ló máa transfer assistant shepherd or clergy. In fact, registered clergy in any parish. You're supposed to get your transfer letter from the headquarter to work in that parish. You don't just come there and you say Omolefi. Omolefi. What's Omolefi? Omolefi that is not documented or recognized or transferred by the headquarter is not Omolefi. It's just Omo Adugbo. It's Omo Ogboro, Omo Church. So we don't know where Oluso got this guy from, but this is where we are today. Thank you very much, Yalaji. So that's why I was saying that thing about Losino and Mitobashe Sokale, Ayikalu Ekuwa. Your family will come and visit you, your friends will come and visit you, people will always be in Ayika. Ayika Tieshimama Bobu, Konida. Oh, le lọ́nà èmi kò sọ̀kalẹ̀ kan wá ti church kan ti gbogbo ẹ̀ kan máa ṣe yan bẹ̀ kò ń dá kò ní dá àwọn èèyàn máa wà láyìíká. So but this time around wọ́n wá ń pè ẹ́ lórí fóònù pé kó máa lọ sí church, you know. Anyway, we'll get there. Let's go on.
Good. Lọ́jọ́ tèmi yẹn gan sa, Ọlọ́run ló fi ìyá yẹn ṣe áńgẹ́lì mi, kò sí anybody tó jáde. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni gan pariwo pé lẹ́kan ṣo fẹ́ pa mí ni, kò sí anybody ní premises yìí tó jáde. Ìyá yẹn ló wá ń gbọ́ ìlú ọ̀bọ̀ ní ìyá yẹn sáré bọ̀ tí ìyá yẹn ti mú pé lẹ́kan ọmọlọ́mọ ló mọ̀ náà ló ti fẹ́ jù mí sílẹ̀ ní òjijì tí ìyá yẹn sáré rà mí mú pé kó bá sọ mí sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí bá sọ pé nǹkan ṣe mí lẹ́yìn ìyá yẹn àtẹsẹ̀ rí.
So ẹ̀rí gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Another woman, ìyá àgbàlagbà tó wá rescue wòlíì ní ọwọ́ Lékan. Wọ́n ní Lékan tí wòlíì lu ìyá yẹn. Ìyá ó kán lẹ́yìn ẹsẹ̀ náà ó ní dislocation àbí fracture ni. So gbogbo yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ wọn fọlọ́pàá mú Lékan, wọn suspend ẹ̀ wọn lè kúrò láyìíká. Ó dẹ̀ ṣì wà ń bẹ̀. I don't know how we reason sometimes. I'm a wasu. No, it's good to be biblical or to be scriptural as a Christian. But there are things that are necessity. Necessity because assault lo ti ṣe fún ọmọ yẹn. Ó ti assault ẹ. Ó ti no. You have violated our fundamental human rights. And I see no reason why you should not be behind bar. Reason tí wọ́n ṣe lè detain any police station. How can you do that? So torí ẹ bá pé tọ́pọlọ ẹ bá pé. Kò ní ṣe ogbó nǹkan tó ṣe yẹn, but nítorí pé orí ẹ̀ ò pé ọpọlọ ẹ̀ ò pé ó ń gòun mọ́ ṣáìdá ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń pè lọ́mọléfì. Do we know the meaning of ọmọléfì? Ọmọléfì ò kí ń ṣàgbèrò, ọmọléfì ò kí ń mugbó, ọmọléfì ò ń mutí, ọmọléfì ò kí ń jà, ọmọléfì ò ń ṣe ṣìnà, ọmọléfì ò kí ń ṣe panṣágà, ọmọléfì ò kí ń ṣàgbèrè, ọmọléfì ò kí ń ní ìgbéraga, ọmọléfì ò kí ń bá aṣáájú ọ̀gá ẹ̀ kò kí ń gbé gojú nígbàtá èmi ò ṣe ọmọléfì lábẹ́ Olùṣọ́àgùtàn lọ títí o, mi ò ní grace ẹ̀ láti ṣe ọmọléfì lọ títí, but àwa náà kọ́ṣẹ́ lábẹ́ àwọn Olùṣọ́àgùtàn tó jù wá lọ. I'm not ọmọléfì in the church. Kàdóso takọ lẹ́tà sí wọ́n lọ́ máa san 2,000 naira fún odidi master order lóṣù láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣe Olúwa ń ṣe Musa 440 ni, but at least a ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn other shepherd tó yẹ pé a máa fọ sùtánà, a faṣọ pẹpẹ, a faṣọ akọrin, a gbálẹ̀ church, a clean everything. Tó máa pè é lẹ́nu kan máa down ni. Ṣé àka àwọn ọmọ wòlíì nínú Bíbélì ni wọ́n fi àwọn family wọn sílẹ̀ lọ sí ẹ̀dọ̀ Elisha. Wọ́n lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ lẹ́dọ̀ Elisha has a training seminary tó ti ń train àwọn ọmọ wòlíì. Elijah náà need the same thing. All of those things in the Bible, they were learning. They left their family, they were learning. The Bible says they were very humble. Look at the story of Elisha and Elijah. Elijah told Elisha that go back away from me because I'm going to be taken away from you. And he said to him, anywhere you go, I will go. In as far as there is God in heaven, no matter anywhere you go, I will follow you. Tó bá jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ tí èní, wọ́n ti sá padà lọ sí family house, wọ́n ti gbé báàgì wọn ti lọ. Èèyàn mélòó ló gba ṣe Olúwa nínú ìfẹ́, nínú òtítọ́, nínú òdodo. Ṣé ìpè tí Ọlọ́run pè wá, ṣé ó dá wa lójú pé Ọlọ́run pè wá lóòótọ́, àbí miss call lágbà? Àbáàgàn la dá ìnọ́mbà Ọlọ́run, àbí ebi ló lé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ dé. Ebi lè ń dé ló pọ̀ jù tán pé àwọn olóyè ṣe Olúwa. How can you call yourself a man of God and you have all kind of animalistic, barbaric attitude those display, those drama he did with the prophetess, I am not sure that was the first time he's going to display such characters in the church. The shepherd will have known, the members in the church will have known, parochial committee members will have seen him in those kind of attitude, and they never took any measure. It's not accepted. If you're a man of God, you're supposed to be full of humility. You're supposed to be humble. You're supposed to live the true reflection of Jesus Christ. Yes, the guy has been sick. They ignore him, yes. Because they were not seeing the green light enough. They were not, so, Wòlíì sọ̀kalẹ̀ Jordan.
Ìjọ yẹn náà ilẹ̀kùn. So kò sáré ojú ẹ̀ lè pa àga tán lè gbọ́ ń ta. Wọ́n ti palẹ̀ kò dé mọ́ra. So kò sáré ojú ẹ̀ lè pa tán lè gbọ́.
Orú church wo lẹ̀ ń kọ́ gan tí ò sáré wo tán lè pa tán lè yẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń sọ kì sáré wo tán lè pa tán lè gbọ́ ń ta. Wọ́n pààyàn sínú ilé tí wọ́n fi mú olùṣọ́ tí wọ́n fi pa tí wọ́n fọ́ orí ẹ̀ tí wọ́n faṣọ pẹpẹ wé tán lè dáná sun níwájú pẹpẹ kò dẹ̀ sáré wo òórùn ó jó torítorí. Kò jẹ́ sẹ́ni tó gbọ́ òórùn kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ church wo lẹ̀ ń kọ́ gan. Must we go into the inú gbó láti kọ́ church? Must we enter forest? Kí ló dé? Ṣọ́lọ́run rorò tó yẹn ni? Ọlọ́run rán wa gbogbo eléyìí tá à ń ṣe yìí. Tá bá fẹ́ kọjọ a máa kọ wọnú gbó, inú etí gọ́tà, inú rà, abẹ́ power line, etí school, etí mortuary, agbo màálù, agbo ẹran. Why? Ṣé wọ́n bí wa mọ́ inú igbó ká máa ṣe bí àwọn ká máa wá church ibi tá máa kọ́ church sí igbó orúmọlẹ̀ àwọn igbó it doesn't edify God. Kò edify Ọlọ́run. Ṣé àwọn ihun inú igbó ló fẹ́ máa jọ́sìn ni? Why is Celestial like that? And let me tell you something. The reason why you see Celestial established in all of those places I mentioned is not because we love forest or love the stream it's because we are looking for cheap places, cheap land. Ilẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ilẹ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ òun la máa ń wá ní Celestial. Ara ilẹ̀ school wọ́n á kọ́ church síbẹ̀ tó bá di lọ́la tí ìjọba bá gbé caterpillar tó ń wo ẹ máa ní àwọn wo church wa ẹ donate wa kò sẹ́ni tó máa donate mi àti ẹ̀ ń ṣe ń sí CRC tó máa wo church yín wọ́n wo nìyẹn ẹ close yẹ kẹ́ padà Ọlọ́run ò pè yín kẹ́ kọ́ church síbẹ̀ ni ẹ lọ join church bí mi. It's not by force to build church. Ṣé tipa ni akọ̀ǹkọ́ church kiri bí ilé ẹran abẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣí gbogbo ẹ̀ bí ṣọ́ọ̀bù. It doesn't make sense. Ẹ máa cheap land. Àwọn ilẹ̀ etí cemetery ẹ mọ̀ pé cemetery níbẹ̀ ẹni ilẹ̀ yẹn àwọn baálẹ̀ kan ló fún mi ẹ sáré gbági mọ́ra wọn ẹ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe jerímọ̀yàmọ̀. That's not the kind of church that was given to us by SBG Ọ̀ṣọ́fà. Kò ń ṣe church kẹ́ máa wọnú ra. Mákòkò tó wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn tí Mákòkò fi dúró ní Mákòkò miracle ní Papa Ọ̀ṣọ́fà ṣe ní Mákòkò fi dúró síbẹ̀. Tí wọ́n fi rí ilẹ̀ tó tóbi. Most of the churches, if you look at most of the big churches, Premier Parish, Western Region, Okeado, Ayeka, Archdiocese, Agunloye, and so many other parishes like that all over the world. Miracles ni ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Sẹ̀lẹ̀ tí a fi yọ̀ǹda àwọn ilẹ̀ yẹn fún wọn. Wọn ò dídì fún wọn nílẹ̀ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wá ilẹ̀ tó cheap. Why are we looking for cheap land? Every time ẹ wá lọ kọ́ ilẹ̀ sí inú ibi tó jìnà inú ibi tẹ́ pé ilé ò sí ní sàkání wọ́n wá ti church pa wọ́n pariwo kò sẹ́ni tó gbọ́ wọ́n ò lè gbọ́ now. Anyway, I'm not blaming the church. I'm just saying because whatever we are saying has nothing to do with the shepherd anymore. He's not listening. He's not on social media. He's dead. He's gone. So àwa tá ń gbọ́ tá wà láyé àwa ní ká máa rí ẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan. It's not by force. Tọ́mọ Ọlọ́run bá pè ẹ́ kò bí dandan pé Ọlọ́run pè ẹ́ kó kọ́ church. Gbogbo èèyàn kọ́ lọ́lọ́run pé kó kọ́ church. You don't have to call church by force. Orí ọ̀fẹ́ lọ́lọ́run fi ń fún yàn láti kọ́ church. And you don't have to even answer the call of God láti kọ́ church. O lè kọ́ willingly. Wọ́n ní láti jíṣẹ́ fún ẹ. Tó bá ń wọ̀n ẹ torí ọ̀fẹ́ ẹ̀yọ táyé ẹ̀yọ kọ́. Kó jẹ́ yọ̀ǹda ẹ̀ fún headquarter kan manage kó yọwọ́ ẹ̀ àtẹsẹ̀ kó kúrò ń bẹ̀. Bọ̀ṣẹ́ rí gbogbo àwọn ká máa kọ́ church ká jókòólẹ̀ ká ju ẹran lẹ̀ ká tún fokùn sọ́run ẹ̀ ká mókun ẹ̀ dání. That's what so many people do. So many people máa kọ́ church báyìí wọ́n á máa sọ fún ẹ pé kétu ẹ bá gbólùṣọ́ wa o at the end of the day náà àwọn ìmọ̀ àdúró síbẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí barrier. Anyway, that's not the issue. Yes. Oga, the guy has displayed attitude of mental health challenge, critical mental health challenge, And all of this mental health challenge, if it is not tabani understanding, we will not know. You know, people have specific phobia. They could have obsessive disorder, OCD. They could have all kind of mental health challenge. But Woli Loran narrates, and Woli was speaking confidently.
So ìjọ yẹn àwọn dáàdì ń dẹ̀ tó ọlọ́pàá gbé àwọn àgbẹ̀
ìṣẹ́ tó wà lábò rà ara tó wà lábò olùsọ̀dá ti gba kí lọ́wọ́ àwọn ló ṣe.
Did you hear that? Because wọn ò jẹ́ kí èèyàn kan sọ̀rọ̀, everybody kan sọ̀rọ̀. Wòlíì yẹn sọ wípé ọjọ́ yẹn olùṣọ́ lòun fẹ́ fọlọ́pàá gbé. But olùṣọ́ wa sọ wípé àwọn ọmọ ẹbí ẹ̀, àwọn ọmọ fámìlì ẹ̀ pé táwọn bá gbé tó bá dáràn náà ọ̀nà àwọn ló máa dá sí. Níbo lẹ ti lọ gba èèyàn tẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ̀ rí? Tó dẹ̀ ń bá yín ṣe òṣìṣẹ́ Olúwa. Did you know that this guy we were looking? A lot of people were looking everywhere on social media. This guy doesn't have social media handle. Maybe he has one and is not using his real name. There is nobody that can trace his social. This guy is not on Twitter. He's not on Instagram. He's not on Facebook. He's not on Twitter. He's not anywhere. I even took this picture. I took this picture to Google image search. I placed this picture to get this guy's other picture and name. It does not exist. Google subway, not existence. When I even put his name on Google, the name was giving us Olusoagutan, picture Olusoagutan Longbewa. That's to tell you that, you know, in the age of 2024, somebody do not even have any social media handle. It's not a crime anyway, it's a choice. People may decide not to, but Celestial, a lot of us are on social media. Celeste like social media. You know, the parish, we like to dance, we like to share ourselves, we like to even follow. Even if you are not posting anything, you can comment and all that. But maybe that's what's going on. We couldn't get anything. So this particular picture, maybe it was from the photographer of the church or the church media or whatsoever that snapped him while he closed his eye. Maybe it's not even a picture person. Because a lot of them will come to your church and they say, I want lebi, they have something that they are planning to do or they intend to do. You've heard about the case of Michael Niagidingbi. Later, Baba Ogunbenro, the state evangelist, Baba Ogunbenro Abogumbi imite around the Michael Bono Shewani Egbe Sholuwa, Onfema Sholuwa. And they accepted him. Celestial can accept anybody. We used to open our door, our gates. You know, people come. Sometimes we do no background check before you get Oisholuwa. They just accept you just like that. Catholic doesn't do that. You know, Anglican churches don't do that. We have record of every workers and clergy that work with them. You cannot just open your church and... I think the problem we have in the church is from church plantation. The process and the procedure is terrible. We don't have any administration structure for church plantation. People can just have money and build a church, just like the way people build club. They build a church by themselves, and they will continue to bear the name Celestial Church of Christ. They will be doing everything Celestial Church of Christ. Some of them, K2 does not even know if they exist, because it's your choice. If you want to go to K2 and connect yourself, fine. If you don't want to connect yourself, just call any elder, give them money. They will come and lay your altar for you. And then you'll be doing your own thing. We have seen so much of that in Edo, in Delta, in Ondo, even in your state, in Akure and all sorts of things like that. Yeah, Baba Ogunrombi, thank you, sir. So when the church is not investing in church plantation, Catholic will build church. Nobody will come out and say, I'm the owner of Catholic church, one parish, na me build them. I'm the owner, na me get the... No. Catholic will invest. They see the church as an investment, and they spend their resources. They will spend the resources. They will identify the place. They will map out. They get all their documentation for the land, and they will build the church to their own with the building approval and every document necessary. And when they build that, they will post people, clergy that went through their seminary, that were satisfied by them, that were transferred by them to that church. But in Celestial Church, we leave all the struggle of church development to individuals, because the okay is not really seeing it as they are overwhelmed with it, so they don't really care about church plantation because they feel the church, they are even overwhelmed anyway. ìwọ̀nba ní ká sọ nípa wọn because kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ sọ they will tell you pé ẹ̀yin lẹ ń ba ṣẹlẹ̀ jẹ́ ẹ̀yin lẹ ń wash dirty linen níta ara wọn kò tọrọ wọn fẹ́ gbọ́ tọrọ so when you say it just say it a little don't say it too much because inú mama bí wọn ni wọn lọmọ yẹn ti tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó lanu gbàgà wọn sọ ó tọrọ là ń bá yín sọ bíbélì gan ní ká máa gbà yín yànjú ó ní ká má bá yín wí ṣùgbọ́n ká gbà yín yànjú ìyànjú tá à ń gbà yín ni pé when you allow people to suffer to go and establish and build their own church it's always a problem and especially during coordination of transfer shepherd and all of that a lot of shepherd are waiting for transfer they have nowhere to go because there's no church kọjọ kankan ń bọ̀lẹ̀ fẹ́ transfer wọn lọ and àwọn tó ti try láti kọjọ by themselves they are not ready to leave their church in fact àwọn olùṣọ́ mi tó ti kú gan àwọn ọmọ wọn ti ń dìde because they cannot continue to be suffering nígbà tí bàbá wọn tó jìyà gbogbo resources tó ní tó invest sínú parish tó kọ bàbá wa kú tán ẹ̀ wálẹ̀ ń gbéyàn kan bọ̀ láti Kétu gbàtẹ́yìn náà ẹ̀ tí ẹ̀ kí ẹ̀ láti coordinate wọn Kétu àtúwá gbólùṣọ́ wa the next thing kò sí policy to make any protection for the widows of the church planters or the shepherd who plant a church, you know, so you kick them out, you kick the widows and the children out without any form of welfare package or support to those people, even a common policy paper to say the portion of income coming from the church should be shared and apportioned to the family of the church planter. We don't have any document in Sele that talks about that. So what that means is that the decision to take care of the widow and the family of the late shepherd who originally planted his own church lies in the parochial committee of the church if they so wish. If the wife of the shepherd have been very humble and is somebody they like, so when they are doing harvest, they can now give some little half bag of maybe 7 cup of rice. Ìyàwó Olùṣọ́, you know, they just forget their memory like that. That's why today gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Olùṣọ́àgùtàn wọ́n ti ń jáde everybody wọn ready láti dúró pé Ọlọ́run pé wọn Ọlọ́run ò ní láti pé anybody tí bàbá wọn bá nígbà táwọn àgbààgbà kan ti wà ní kíní tán láwọn lò pé bàbá wọn pé ìpè bàbá wọn làwọn lò àwọn ò ní pé finally àwọn ọmọ Olùṣọ́ náà jẹ́ máa ní àwọn fẹ́ tàpù nínú pé bàbá wọn so everybody dey use their papa anointing their papa call tí bàbá wọn bá kú wọn ṣáà ní gbé fóònù lọ wọn ní sí fóònù bàbá wọn sínú burial ground so tọ́lọ́run bá pè bàbá wọn àwọn máa answer call yẹn wọ́n á gbé hello daddy we answer this call on behalf of our daddy so bí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹ lọ Badagry látorílé Okoko mile 2 títí lọ dé Ìsáṣì dé Ìjàníkì títí lọ dé Badagry gbogbo àwọn ègùn tó kọ́ church gbogbo wọn lọmọ wọn àwọn tó ti kú gbogbo wọn lọmọ wọn ti di Olùṣọ́àgùtàn àwọn ọmọ ti jókòó síbẹ̀ wọ́n ti ń wá gbà àwọn náà ti ń ṣe oore ọ̀fẹ́ láwọn èèyàn lórí láì ní pé kò sí nǹkan tí Kétu lè ṣe sí ìjọ tẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ tẹ́ invest lé lórí sanwó building plan sanwó C of O sanwó architect plan architect drawing bá wọn ṣe foundation ní investment bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ 10 bag of cement nínú foundation ní tíyín ni pé kẹ́ gba ìpín kẹ́ lọ nígbà kórè kẹ́ gbowó lè control ẹ̀. There was a church in Ìsáṣì. I used to know the shepherd. Àjọ wà ní CCC Ogoluwa parish. Very big parish in Ìyànà-Ìsáṣì. Olùṣọ́ yẹn lọ kọ́ church títí you know, very wonderful church. A lot of people supported him. The church was so beautiful at Ìyànà-Ìsáṣì. Then the shepherd died. Egun Olùṣọ́ yẹn, I worked with him. Eguni. So many years after, I went to the church. I think it was one evening like that. I went to church. Wadi àsìkò ẹ̀sìn ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ oṣù. Ọmọ Olùṣọ́ Sunday. Sorry mo dárúkọ ẹ, brother mi. Ọmọ Olùṣọ́ ńgbà tí mo débẹ̀ ọmọ Olùṣọ́ ti di Olùṣọ́. And he was a very young man. Very young man, mo jùlọ dáadáa. And he's very respectful. He has never been rude. You know, ọmọ Olùṣọ́ tó ṣe rí mi báyìí ló dì mọ́ mi ló bẹ́ mọ́ mi. Èmi ò jẹ́ kó aṣọ gbogbo aṣọ tó fi máa ń gbẹ́sìn mi ò kó dá nígbà tí ó ń ṣe pé mo ní plan láti lọ gbẹ́sìn. It's not my church. But mo débẹ̀ òun ló máa gbẹ́sìn fún wa so bó ṣe ń lọ nìyẹn. I'm just saying it because that's just by the way. Let's continue.
wọ́n gbé iná fi wọlé so inú pẹpẹ yẹn ló ká àwọn ọmọ tó ti da aṣọ bọ̀ lójú
ti gba kó kí lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀
ti gba kí lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀
lọ sílẹ̀kùn tó
sílẹ̀kùn lọ forí balẹ̀ balẹ̀ fún mi
amúṣe tó dé
so wá lọ da aṣọ ló dàbọ̀ ló lọ́mọ lójú ibẹ̀ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe bọ̀ kì í sòun nìkan náà máa tóbi méjì ìgbà tí ṣùgbọ́n bọ̀wọ̀ nímú wọ́n ti gbàsọ̀ mọ́ wọn létí wọ́n ṣá wọn ní gbogbo orí gbogbo etí wọ́n fi ní sọ̀rọ̀ ìdájọ́.
ọbẹ̀ tó ti ń gbé yẹn ọbẹ̀ gé òun gan lọ́wọ́.
so
ọbẹ̀ gé òun gan
ọbẹ̀ gé lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ dà sí lásọ.
ọbẹ̀ òun fi ọbẹ̀ yẹn gún olùṣọ́ wípé òun tàn láti gba ọbẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ lọ́bẹ̀ ti gé òun náà lọ́wọ́.
èrò ìdíyẹ kó lólùsọ gan ó ní because gbà tó wọ́kọ̀ sọ fún wọn torí àwa lọ́wọ́ èmi lọ́wọ́ kọ́ pé ńbo ni mo wà mo ní mo wà ní ilé ọmọjọ mẹ́mbà ní sà so èmi lọ́wọ́ kọ́ pé bó dẹ̀ pè mí báyìí ni mo sọ fún pé mo wà nílé torí ilé tèmi ní lẹ́yìn mi so ló wá ní iná ń jó pé iná jáde lára olùsọ mo ní ṣé wọ́n ń lo agbẹ́rẹ́ mi mímọ́ ni tí iná fi ń jáde lára wọn so ó ṣàdóhùn lọ sọ́dọ̀ bàbá bóyá kọ́ọ̀sì tèmi ṣàṣáré bọ̀ ní church mú èdè church mo kàn bá oògùn wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan tó ti dáná sun wọn lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n pa wọn tó wá dáná gbé báíbù tì wọ́n lọ́rùn wọ́n sun wọn mọ́ báíbù wọ́n gbé báíbù sí lọ́rùn wọn báyìí.
ó lóun mú ọwọ́ aṣọ wọn pẹpẹ mọ́ ìbọn petrol jẹjẹ
wọ́n sí orí jẹ́jẹ́ kan
pé ó lóun kiri aṣọ pẹpẹ yìí wọn petrol láti fi gbé sóòlù ẹ̀ nù petrol ni wọ́n á wú wọ́n fi wá dáná sun.
so bó ṣe pé mi tí mo sáré dé tọ́jú ló lọ pe àwọn náà bó ṣe wá ń bọ̀ bó ṣe ń bọ̀ máa tètè kàn rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ lára aṣọ ẹ̀
òkè rí ẹ̀jẹ̀
lára aṣọ ẹ̀ bó ṣe ń wọlé pẹ̀lú tó sẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọ́n wá bí léèrè pé kí ló ṣe aṣọ ẹ̀ kí ló mú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wà láṣọ ó ní à tí ó mọ̀ pé aago tí ó wà ní orí wọn òun lòún gbé sílẹ̀ wọn tó bá gbé aago sílẹ̀ kò ní kí ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹ lásọ dẹ̀ kí ló mú ẹ̀ ń bí ojú àtàwọn ọrùn tí bí èèkan náà kankan tí ó wà bẹ̀jẹ̀ kí ló tún bí ẹ ní ọwọ́ tó fi lọ aṣọ wọn bí tẹ́lẹ̀ tí sọ̀rọ̀ tó fẹ́ máa tán bàbá wọn ní ilé kan ló pa bàbá ló pa olùṣọ́ ẹmúdà ó ti bọ́ sí kíní lóbi fún àwọn lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó tó di pé àwa mú lọ sí tí bàbá ní ká mú lọ sínú mọ́tò wà lọ tì mọ́nú mọ́tò àbí tí bàbá bá ti mọ́nú mọ́tò àwọn tó ti wọ́n bọ̀ jáde gan ti fẹ́ pa gan nítorí ẹ̀nà ti fọ́ ogolo àpá àwọn àsun chọ́ọ̀chì kankan àzáfà gidi.
So the Olusho actually suffered struggle, you know. He didn't die easily. Olusho struggled for his life. He tried to fight so he can survive. Lekan killed him mysteriously in a terrible manner. Olusho Femi Obiyan, respect for you, sir. Lekan killed him in a very, very bad manner. You know what he tried to do? He tried to kill Olusho and then clean himself and pretend because there's no CCTV in the church, there's no security and nobody is around. So he tried to do that so that once he do that, he can try to pretend that he doesn't know anything about it, and then people will not be able to know that he was the one that did that, and then maybe they will now make him the shepherd of the parish. That's what I feel. That may not be. There may be other things that is yet to be revealed. Maybe when the police complete their investigation, they may want us to know more. But again, from all of those analysis, Eluobe lẹ́yìn tẹ́ ti fi aṣọ pẹpẹ wé Olùṣọ́ lórí níbi tó ti ń forí balẹ̀ ó ń forí balẹ̀ tó ń ṣe mímọ́ the next thing ẹ da aṣọ pẹpẹ ó fi bò lórí ẹ wá mú aago òjúbà tó wà wájú ẹ wá fọmọ lórí ó fọmọ lórí ẹ̀jẹ̀ bẹ́ ìyẹn dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní struggle. So all the sign of ekọ́nà ní gbogbo ara ẹ̀ is Olusho that was struggling to ẹ wá mú ọ̀bẹ ó fi gún ikùn ẹ fi fa ikùn ẹ pẹ̀lú screwdriver ó fi. If you see that video, it is too terrible for anybody to show. But if you see it, àánú abiyamọ máa ṣe yín because no human being is supposed to be killed that way, no matter what. Ó fi aṣọ pẹpẹ ó fi sínú petrol ó fi sun Olùṣọ́ yìí pẹ̀lú Bible ó gbé Bible síbi orí ẹ̀ ó sun látorí yẹn tó fi aṣọ gbé yẹn ó sun in a terrible manner. So ó wá ń lọ ń pe àwọn èèyàn pé ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé church ń sìn ní iná ń jó lára Olùṣọ́. Very childish. Tó bá jẹ́ pé kò ní mental problem kò ní máa lọ máa pe àwọn èèyàn fún ara ẹ̀ náà kó máa sọ fún òun ló pe ẹni tó ní church lórí phone ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí òun ló ń pe a lot of people tó ń sọ fún gbà iná yọ lára Olùṣọ́ because kò normal. And when he was even confessing to the police, he told other people to leave. Bóun fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀, he told them to leave. ó command wọn jáde. He was confident and he narrated everything he did. He narrated everything he did. Sup? Yeah? Hey, what's up? Yes, I can hear you. It's a state issue. The state are already involved. In fact, we got information from the IG office yesterday. They sent a message to us on CRC that they are interested in the case. They want to get some information, and we send them the contact of the task force, Baba Jovi task force number, and one other task force officers. I forwarded the number to them, the IG office in Abuja. So we have people who are Celestians who are working in high places, and they are ready to take care of this case. This is a case of the state. It has nothing to do with the family. They are not supposed to spend a kobo to address this case. And nobody should come out on social media and be saying, oh yeah, give us money, want to bring lawyer. You don't have to bring any lawyer. It's not necessary. They don't need you to bring lawyer because the state is going to make all the provisions to address this case. It's a state. It's not an issue of Sele versus Lekon Ogundipe. No, it's an issue of federal government of Nigeria versus Lekon Ogundipe. It's homicide. So it's in the constitution of Nigeria. When you commit any of those things, or you commit murder, or you kill anybody, or even a case of homicide, it's supposed to be investigated by the state. So you don't need to donate money for anybody online begging to go and bring lawyer. No, you don't need it. Don't bring any lawyer because there's no need for any lawyer at this point. It is Lekon Ogundipe and his family that is supposed to be bringing lawyer to say they want to defend him, right? But in a reasonable society, the state can provide lawyer for Lekon Ogundipe. If Lekon Ogundipe family do not have money to get the lawyer, the state will give him a legal defense that will defend him, and the case will continue in court. And so the family of Fadehon, the shepherd that was killed, doesn't need to even bring any lawyer in this regard because it is an issue of the state. And the most beautiful part of this issue is that Lekon Ogundipe himself confessed. Go stress anybody, go stress Olopa, go stress, and he confessed by himself. They describe that's why we all think that he has mental health issue. He described Oluso, and he was confident about it. Normal, all those things will not happen. So please, nobody should use this family or this case to collect money or to tell people that you want to bring police. You are not investigating anything. There's no room for that. So people should learn and know their boundaries. I just want to speak to the K2 office. Alagbaka Ode Ajala, I have a message for you. When a similar case like this happened in the case of Aso, we saw the way you were proactive and you went. You spoke to the police. Though I'm a case in Jabosia, I'm ending anyway. So most times, our cases continuous assessment ni command law court more feedback so then you did all of that. So on this particular case, this guy is not related to the pastor's family or SBG Oshofa family. He's not connected to any Oshofa, but of course he's a shepherd. And church wanting soin me, wanting mook me law, wanting shekore, eating back me law. So I see no reason why you shouldn't use the same energy to also intervene on this case. To also see how you can support the family. You can hear the woman crying for justice. The wife of the shepherd was crying for justice. But Baba Ajobi lost here.
Kò ní jù báyìí lọ o nítorí pé bí n bá máa wí máa sọ fún yín pẹ́nu mi ò rọ̀rọ̀ nítorí pé bójú bá rọ̀rọ̀ àwọn òfin ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti wá kọjá ẹkún ẹja fèrè rìn torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọ́ níbọ̀rọ̀ bá débi rò ó náà fi ká fò ó àmọ́ èyí tó délẹ̀ yìí ò ṣeé fò ó ní mo ṣe mú wá fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin aráalé kẹjá jọ fetí gbọ́ kẹjá jọ fojú wò àmọ́ àti wo tèmi ojú wa ò ní fọ́ àti gbọ́ tèmi tiwa ò ní di ó tún kù jíjọ́ mi ọjọ́ rẹ̀ táwọn tún jọ máa ń pàdé lórí ìkànnì Wo TV àmọ́ títí wá dìgbà míì ńkọ́ ẹ máa bá ń like ètò kẹ máa bá ń share o bákan náà ẹ máa bá ń subscribe Bàbá Wo ló ń kí yín wípé ká sùn láyọ̀ ká jí láyọ̀ ire o.